Mike in the night. Transmission. Life. Neon shadows on the street. Baseline rising from beneath. Silver skyline. Hearts ignite. We awaken in my mind. Every fear just fades away when the rhythm starts to play. You don't know what's wrong, alright. You're just moving right in the night. Close your eyes, don't fight the fight. Feel it lifting you higher. When the clock hits 3, you're finally free. At 3 a.m., something's moving you. Feel it breaking through. Like a wave you can't undo. At 3 a.m., let the darkness shine. We've crossed the line. Oh, Mike in the feel the bass ignite. Mike in the feel the bass ignite. Mike in the night. There's nothing you can do. Something moving you. Mike in the night. In the night. In the night. In the night. 3 a.m. feel the rise. Hands up high, no disguise. Lights are flashing, bodies sway. Truth is rising anyway. In the silence, in the fight, we come alive. And Mike in the night. From the cities to the coast, from the voices they fear most. When the people reunite, we are one. And Mike in the night.
Woo! Oh
3
yeah.
a.m. 3
All right, guys. Today is the 18th, Monday, the 18th of May, 2026. And I want to bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night. Pause button doesn't like to work on this sometimes. Go figure. I will bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night wherever you're watching this transmission. Whether you're watching us from your cabin in the woods, you're relaxing on your lazy boy, people of the night, welcome to Mike in the Night. It is 3 a.m. and something is moving you. We are in the 21st week of 2026. We are in the 21st week of 2026, and it's really an honor to be here with you guys for episode 651. Somebody asked me, Mike, what are you going to do with episode 666? I'm like, I don't know. Who cares? It's just another number. And here we are, folks, and here we are. And yeah, so we're gonna go over all kinds of stuff. We're gonna go over what's happening. We need to know what's happening and how. I'm getting a lot of messages of people. Okay, Mike, we believe you. Okay, Mike, you were right. Okay, Mike, you warned us. Okay, Mike, how do we fix this problem? What do we fix this problem? What do we do? How do we audit this? What do we do next? What's the next deal, right? So, yeah, anyways. So, the live chat's going on real good right now. We got James Farmer in the house, Lucky21 in the house, Heisa says in the house. Good to have him on board. And is that Steven? Stevaltis? I can't even read. You know, guys know I can't read, so don't make fun of me if I can't pronounce your name. You know I can't read. Says Kevin O'Leary's a scumbag. And then we have Glenn Dumont is in the house. Thanks, buddy, for being here. Everybody here. Jay Scientist in the house. PDS10 over on Rumble, checking things out for us there for Mike in the Night. Oh, man, I'm so excited for tonight's episode. All right, let's just clear up the area here so people understand that you're tuned into episode 651 of Mike in the Night. The temporary is becoming permanent, or whatever they're temporarily putting in place is becoming permanent. And guys, if you want to join our email list, all you have to do is just email me personally, and I'll add you to the list. And when we go live, you'll get an email saying we gone live. And if you don't want to get emailed, just block me. And it's MikeMartins1980 at gmail.com, or MikeMartins1980 at gmail.com. There it is right there, folks. And guys, don't forget, viewer discretion is advised, 21 and older. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Fact check and do your own research. 18 U.S. Code Section 2257 for Mike in the Night. All right, now that we got that out of the way, we're going to do a quick channel plug. Jay Scientist says, thanks for the shout out, Mike. For sure, man. Shout out from BC and the best coast. Glenn Dumont in the house. Misery Channel 69 saying there is nothing more permanent than a temporary measure. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Okay, let's get into a quick channel plug here. There's really not much to plug the transmission, but still, we just want to just pretend we got something going on in the background, right? But anyways, yeah, if you want to support the transmission by buying a coffee or joining the channel, there it is. If you want to buy your boy Mike a coffee, I'm going to leave a link in the description if you guys want to buy me a coffee. There it is right there. Boom. And if you're watching this on replay, you could find a link in the description box. And guys, don't forget to... Guys, we are approaching 125,000 subscribers on YouTube. After 21 YouTube suspensions, 2,007 videos taken down, they finally allowed us to open up our channel. And people are saying, congratulations, who cares? I should have been 125,000 in 2018. I should have been 125,000 in 2018 when it actually mattered. Now, who gives a crap? MikeInTheNight.org takes you to older episodes of Mike in the Night here. Older episodes. And you can go back and backtrack and see what we're talking about and guests and all kinds of stuff. And Facebook, guys, you could also find us on Facebook. And I'm going to give you guys the Instagram link for the show. Why? If you want to call into Mike in the Nights, you're going to have to call in on Instagram. That's just how we do it. Instagram works perfectly. It ties into the show. And I think I'm sitting on 169,000 followers on Instagram. And TikTok. Oh my God, did they take our TikTok down again for the 5th time? No, it's still up because we were taken down a week or two ago, but we're back again on our 4th TikTok channel. There it is right there. And if you want to buy a mug, there's a link in the description if you want to buy a t-shirt or a mug from Mike in the Nights. I have never sold anything from this store in the last 2 years now, so it's been a while. So if you want to buy something, go ahead. And guys, don't forget to vote Dano. We got 3 days left. Dano's our boy. Dano is our boy from Huntington Beach from artbydano.com, artbydano.net. So if you guys want to check out Dano and vote for him for free, he's doing this thing where he's basically becoming the artist of the Artist of the Year? Artist of the Year award or whatever. So if you guys want to vote for Dano, it's free. I've been voting for him every day. So hopefully he could win. He deserves to win. He's a great artist. He's a great guy. And he's been on this channel for years now. Hopefully in the next 3 days we can get enough votes. It's for free. Vote for him if you can. Please, guys, vote for Dano. I really, it means a lot to me, basically. All right, guys. All right. Okay, we got people watching us from the Cebu province. Thank you for being there. We got Earthsign in the house. It's about time you made it. Heiza says Instagram. Yeah, people have been calling us in on Instagram now for over 2 years now. And, yeah. Okay, so we got TikTok. Oh, yeah. You give us hope, Mike. I think I don't know if I'm giving you guys hope. I think I'm giving you guys a way to think this over. Or a way to look at it from a different perspective than what these guys are trying to tell you on the news. Or what these guys are trying to tell you on social media platforms through USAID. All these social media influencers that showed up after 2020 mysteriously to tell you what you already know. Yeah, that's kind of dangerous, right? Very dangerous information that they're giving you information that you know already. Why? Right? Why? Right? We were telling you that there's going to be massive housing correction coming, massive fentanyl issues coming, wars are coming. We told you this already. It's all there. The videos are up with timestamps. But no one cared because it wasn't the right time to acknowledge this information, or this information to be acknowledged. Right? Okay. All right, let's see who else is here. Okay, let's rock and roll here. Move forward to... I really wanted to get into this tonight on how... Okay. So, one thing I'm getting a lot of issues from is the cost of living. People are catching my 5, 10, 8-year-old videos, 13-year-old videos, and they're starting to say, whoa, this guy was right about food. Whoa, this guy was right about my rent. This guy was right about my mortgage. Yeah, they're going to raise rates. He was right. And I'm getting messages from Ireland, Scotland, the UK, from all over the English-speaking world, because I made videos correlating those countries and those cities in those countries to this massive unaffordable or affordability wars we're going through right now. Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to tip off what I'm trying to say. Then I'm going to go in for a conclusion. Okay, guys? So in here, we were talking about Ireland is dying, taxes, Islamification, fuel prices, food, blah, 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 3 years ago. Northern Ireland housing is hot as Southern Irelanders free CCP money laundering. Look at that. CCP money laundering taking over Dublin in Ireland, and people are moving to the north to flee. That was 7 years ago. Mass exodus of Ireland's youth, Ireland's housing takeover, pushing talent out 7 years ago. We could go on and on. Ireland, massive housing crisis, food prices, rentals, and we were talking about here, right here. Civil war ahead 2 years ago, before the civil unrest. Mass exodus, Ireland, Canada, Australia, youth flee cities from Sydney, Vancouver, wage collapse, right? And then we go over here. Look, Scotland. We type in Scotland on our channel. Right here. CCP money laundering in Scotland. Edinburgh, exodus, sky-high property prices. England, UK to start drafting its British youth. When was this? 2 years? Who cares about that? I'm looking for bigger, older stuff, right? And that's Scotland, right? Look, food bank usage in Scotland, record high. Watch this. And then CCP economic takeover of London, Dublin, Edinburgh, UK, mass exodus, UK homeless crisis 8 years ago. Middle class, mass exodus from all major cities, London, brain drain, and skilled workers 8 years ago. UK housing crisis is real. Things will come down hard. Housing, UK bubble, London housing falling 7 years ago. Now, watch this. It goes into here. Money laundering wars 7 years ago from the CCP. Now, we covered Canada extensive in Australia and New Zealand. Canada would be in a recession without money laundering. So this is the billions of dollars that were laundered from 2011 to 2015. The money laundering started in 2010 in Canada, with the Chinese bringing in $2.4 to $2.6 trillion from coast to coast. This is only 2011, 2015. Look at it already in the billions. This is in the billions already from 2011 to 2015, right? Now, Canada wants more Chinese workers, students, tourists, blah, blah, blah. Why? Why would Canada bring in this is from 2016, 500,000 right here per year, and opening more visa offices to help Canada compete for Chinese workers, students, and lucrative tourist business? When you go into a bank, it's all Chinese people. I keep telling you this. You walk outside the bank, there's Canadian people begging for money. You see what's going on here, folks? We're going to get to the conclusion here in a sec. So there it is right there, 500,000 per year, and they've been coming in, and then you go on StatsCan, you don't see them on StatsCan because they come in as investors, not immigrants, not migrants. So they come in as investors for Canada, and they don't get labeled as migrants. And we had that gentleman on the show that worked for StatsCan for years that explained it to us, why the Chinese are not being labeled as immigrants or migrants. They're coming in as investors, and that doesn't register. Now, look at this from 8 years ago. Watch this. Chinese own 45.25 billion worth of Vancouver real estate, 37.37 billion of Toronto real estate. My opinion, this is 8 years ago. Canada is under siege, or should I say the Canadian working class families are fastly disappearing. So this is a major one. And look at that. And there it is in there. Foreign buyers own $45.25 billion worth of Vancouver real estate. Okay? And it's 99.99999% from China. So how do we fix this mess the world, especially the Commonwealth, the English-speaking countries, especially the blue states of America too? How do we fix this problem? How do we fix this massive issue that we're going through right now with food insecurity, energy, everything? You got to go back to the dirty money era. Yes, we're coining another term on this channel that another channel will take and run with it and be glorious and victorious for her viewers. But we're coining it here, the dirty money era. The dirty money era is from 2010 to March 2024 across the Commonwealth. 2010 to March 2024 is the dirty money era. Now, if we could audit every dime that's come into Canada, Australia, the UK, New Zealand, blue states of America that's come in from China, the dirty money that's come in, to park it in our real estate and leave the real estate empty. I should have brought up one more article that I covered about the millions of empty units just in Canada alone. In 2017, we already covered 1.7 million empty units already in 2017 owned by Chinese nationals. This creates artificial shortages and bidding wars. And then people on homeowners become wealthy on paper. This is how the boomers became wealthy. Because the price of their housing quadrupled 8, 9, 10, 20 times the value of what they bought it for. Wages and incomes never kept up with, and we can look up 100 videos I made here about wages and incomes, right? And that's the problem that we're facing here now. So if we want to go and we want to fix this problem, you have to start with, if your country wants to fix this problem, oh, we're going to deport all the people back from India. The people from India came in the millions after 2020 to try and fix the housing crisis that the Canadian proper, the Australian proper, the New Zealand proper, the UK proper couldn't get into. So they just flooded people from India into these countries to try and see, oh, don't worry about occupancy laws. You put 40 people to an apartment. Don't worry, put 50 people to an apartment. We don't care. But if it's a white man renting out a room or a basement apartment to some college kid that needs the low rent, they end up going after him and tracking him and auditing him and then going after freezing his bank accounts. But you got some guy from India with an apartment with 50 people and this is good. So you see how it works here. You want to fix this problem, you audit the money from 2010 in every English-speaking country, where it came from, where it was parked. Once you audit that, a big forensic audit, then you go after the vacant properties. You go after every piece of vacant property in your country. And you make sure that, hey, you can't keep a property vacant more than 6 months. Or more than 3 months, or more than 2 months. This is for families to live. You'll start to see an oversupply on the markets, and you start to see the markets really trend. We're seeing a correction now in the markets. We are. But it's the vacant units that are starting to fracture. It's the new builds, the builders. No one's buying those units in them. No more money's coming in from China. The money stopped coming in from China in March 2024. That's it. No more dirty money from China. March 2024, last time. And that's the problem we're facing. If we want to, we're going to deport this and we're going to deport those people and we're going to do this. No, you'll never fix this problem that we have in the Commonwealth unless you go back to 2010 and audit every penny you have. And you'll see, I promise you, you'll see a massive adjustment in the markets once you start reclaiming your land, reclaiming your. Now, China owns companies, like huge corporations. They own our biggest, they own tar sand companies. They own lithium ion mines in Canada. They own the biggest coal mine in BC, no Canadian hires. They own everything. They basically own this country. We sold out to the highest bidder. They control the fentanyl trade. The fentanyl comes in from China, gets parked into Canada, wipes out our youth. We've been covering fentanyl by murder on our channel for years now. But it's allowed because it's Chinese. The Chinese bring in the money. They bring in 500,000 people per year, right? And where is it right here? They bring in the money, they bring in the people, and then when the people keep coming in, the people keep bringing their dirty money, and this is it right here. So it's the biggest market in the world, and they spend a lot of money. So that's what they want. They want Chinese to come in and spend a lot of money in Canada, 500,000 per year, workers. And you go to a bank Any rural Canada is full of Chinese people. Why? They don't even speak English. Go outside, Canadian people begging for money. And that's what's really pissing me off about this country. And it's really pissing me off that we sold out to people that they don't even like us. They outright hate us. And that's what really bothers me about Canada. And if you want to fix it, you go back to that. And then you start deporting all the people that came after and all the people that came to try and fix the housing market. You get rid of the East Indians. You get rid of all the people that came in under subsidized wages. You get rid of all those people. Get rid of them. They don't need them. We don't need them here. We could downsize our population. We don't need to keep growing population here. Downsize the population so so it's affordable to maintain. This country's affordable, could be affordable to maintain and continue. And that's how you fix the country. Go back to 2010, audit every penny that came in, and then start auditing the vacant units or empty units across Canada, and that will start solving your problems overnight. All right. So, okay, we got a lot of people in the comments here. We don't got a lot of people in the show tonight, which is okay. What we're talking about doesn't matter at this moment because they want to fix the outward problem. They don't want to go into the core and fix the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem we're having in Canada. They don't want to go to the core and fix the problem, right? So, no one wants to go to the core and fix the problem. Okay, so let's head over to the protests in the UK. Here it is. Hundreds of protests in tiny town as migrants relocate there from hotel. So there's hotels where they're hosting they're hosting migrants are getting burnt to the ground, and people are saying we want our country back. We told you the UK, Ireland, all these countries will take themselves back. It doesn't take much. It just takes enough pissed off people to hit the road, enough pissed off politicians, politicians to piss off their people, which doesn't take much nowadays, and hundreds of people took to the streets of Norfolk, a town after migrants were moved to the area from taxpayer-funded hotels. Over the weekend, demonstrators gathered in Central Watt on Sunday, May 17, to oppose plans to move asylum seekers from the Brook Hotel into Barthorpe into East Anglican Market Town. And then here you have veterans, and lots of veterans in these countries here, in these UK, in the United Kingdom. You got tons of veterans that fought wars, tons of older people that built the country that are basically on the streets so they can house migrants. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. And tens of thousands march in London for far-right pro-Palestinian protests. I don't know how true this is Palestinian. I know this is a lot of people against Stromer, the government, basically telling them to stop protecting rapists and stuff. So we're getting mixed signals here. If you guys know what's going on exactly there, I know they're against the government. And the news, the mainstream media is going to do everything to protect, obviously, the government that nobody wants. And Unite the Kingdom rally goes ahead despite Stromer's best efforts to disparage and ban attendees. So again, it's for the government. Nobody wants these. So this is what it is here, guys. This is the truth right here. To ban people from attending under the four nations, one kingdom, under God. That's right, under God. A huge crowd from across the United Kingdom and further afield is gathering in London to highlight the destruction Stromer and his cornies are causing and stand up for their rights, freedoms, and their culture. The rally is not only for the United Kingdom, but for the West. So Stromer has taken it upon himself to stop representatives from Western nations from attending the rally. He has been busy canceling their visas so that they're unable to enter the UK. So there's a lot of people coming. So this piece of crap right here is what...
That politics is with us now. And you'll see it again on Saturday at a march designed to confront and intimidate this diversity.
You piece of shit. And then it goes on to saying, what does it say here? So he's basically I'll always champion peaceful protests. What a bunch of bullshit. Give the country back to its people, man. I don't even know how these people are allowed to stay in power after all this bullshit. And Stromer hit with legal threats after barring conservative speakers from entering the UK for national rally. The group of conservative commentators and politicians has demanded the British Prime Minister to retract remarks accusing them of being far-right agitators. Now, who brought this up? Everyone's favorite. Here in Canada, everyone loves her. Hillary Lucifer Clinton. Remember Hillary Lucifer Clinton? Alt-right. So the alt-right, right? So a lot of people in Canada love when they hear the town I live in, when they hear Hillary Clinton. They go nuts. But yeah, I hate all these people equally. So don't worry about it. I'm not taking sides on any of this crap, but there it is right there. But what side do I take on this if I'm taking the side? Obviously the side of the people that built the country and fought for the country. Close the damn borders and get these wingnuts out of your country that are not for your country, right? And London police deploy facial recognition at protests for first time. So they're there and they're filming. You see, I'm going on this one. I don't see a single Palestinian flag. See, we're getting mixed reviews here. We're getting one thing and another on another. You see how they're confusing people? I don't see a single Palestinian flag right here. Not even one. So they're trying to do pro-Palestine or some bullshit. Just like they were having a lockdown protest in New Zealand? They had a lockdown protest. Protesting the lockdowns, remember? And they flipped it as anti-Donald Trump protest. Woo! Yeah. Woo! I love it when they flip it as anti-Donald Trump protests when they're protesting the lockdowns. So that's how the news works. That's all bullshit. I don't see a single Palestinian flag. I see everything but Palestine here in this image. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe I need to get my glasses checked or my eyes checked. I don't see a single one here. Yep. Bullshit. Yep. And over in Italy, you Christian bastards, you and your Jesus, I'll burn him. Italy car ram attacker Salam El Cohorti ball rub threatened university staff with violent emails 5 years ago. And he's the guy who's been, so let's go over this. The second generation Macron migrant Salam E. Cordi, who reportedly rammed multiple people in Modena, Italy, on Sunday wrote a series of violent emails to the university back in 2021. So this is the car that basically slammed into attackers here. Not into attackers. He slammed into innocent bystanders, right? Severely injured woman lost both her legs. The 31-year-old Moroccan has Italian citizenship and stabbed one victim. So I don't even know why these people are even allowed to exist in any... Like, they should go to your country, man. You want to do this shit, go back to your country. And you know what? They're going to do it in a way. Listen to me, what I'm going to say here. Listen to what I say. They're allowing this to happen. They're allowing these people to come into the country and do what they're doing. So, you Christian bastard, you and your Jesus, I'll burn him. Italy car ram attacker threatened university staff with violent emails 5 years ago, and he goes and starts ramming people and stabbing people. And hear me out. It's getting to this point where I believe that they're going to get everybody within the last 2 or 3 generations in the Muslim faith. It's going to get to a point where they're just going to deport every one of them. They're going to deport them all. Same thing with the Chinese laundering money. All these Chinese coming in, Chinese. For what? Oh, they bring money. They're good. It's going to get to a point where they're going to visibly see these people and they're going to forcibly deport them. Just like when Toronto, Ontario, province of Ontario started deporting the Portuguese in mass numbers. Picking up Portuguese people in malls, Dufferin Mall, picking up the children at the high schools that spoke Portuguese, vehicle road blitzes. It was crazy. They even had a hotline. You have a Portuguese neighbor or a Portuguese? Call this number. We'll come pick up the Portuguese. I have a feeling that back in 2006, 7, and 8 in Ontario, when they were doing that to the Portuguese people, I have a feeling that was a dry test run for what is going to come in the future. I have a feeling that they're just going to deport them all. Oh, you're Muslim? You can't be in the country anymore, period. Done. Call us a racist. We don't care. The people don't care. The society doesn't care. Get out of our country. I have a feeling it's going to be like that. I have a feeling. Oh, you're Chinese? No, we don't need you here no more. Too bad. I have a feeling they're letting it build up so much that it's going to get to a point, like India, people are to a point where they're just going to deport everybody 2-3 generations back. They don't even care. I have a feeling that could be one thing they're going to be doing, like where they're going to be on that, and they're just going to visibly take everybody, like the Portuguese were, what they did to the Portuguese in 2006, 7, and 8, right? So I think they're going to do that. I think they're going to, I have a feeling that they're going to build it up to this and just deport everybody, and they don't even care. I have a feeling. Yeah, Jeff Nugent says, one bad apple spoils the rest. Violetta saying, I hope your feeling is correct. I got a feeling that's going to happen, guys. I'm just going to take them all and just get rid of them. Right? So, remember bidding wars? Remember we're bidding wars, people standing outside, and there's a Chinaman on the phone looking at the property. He's not going to come. He's not going to Australia to buy a house. He's not going to Canada. He wants to own 200, 300, 400 houses in Australia and leave them empty and make you starve and go to the food bank because you can't get into your own real estate. Oh, I'm paying rent. I'm safe. No, you're paying 4 times the rent you should be paying. You should be paying 4 times less the rent. But here it is right here. Watch this, folks. Sydney clearance rates plummets to COVID-19 pandemic lows. Fewer than half the homes listed on auction in Sydney. So they auction. Look at that. That's what they do in Canada and Australia. They do this in New Zealand too. People go out, look at a piece of crap property built around World War II. Okay, that has, you could probably buy the same house, and we made comparison videos over the years for you guys. You could buy the same house in Alabama for 40 grand. Oh, I'd rather live in Alabama. I wouldn't want to live in Alabama. Screw you. You're paying less tax. You're paying you're living. This you buy something like this, you're screwed. You're screwed for life. So you're paying what, 1.6 million? Here, I'll show you right here. Here's Australian housing ripoff. Auctions. Look, Australian bidding wars is a CCP takeover. Crash by 2025. Townhouse sells for $1.678 million. There it is right there. When did I make this video? November 23rd, 2019. Sydney auctions. Hunters Hill townhouse sells for $1.6 million in Inner West family after a slow start. $1.6 million for a townhouse. You can't make this shit up. A townhouse in Florida is $160,000. A townhouse with HOA and all the bullshit you're dealing. This is crazy. So here it is. There I am covering it years ago for you guys to show you guys and telling you guys that now auctions is going down. Auctions became a thing. I'd walk the empty streets of Vancouver for you guys. Oh, there's an auction up the street. Let's go follow it and see what they're bidding. They took a piece of crap house with plumbing, indoor plumbing. Ooh, it's got indoor plumbing. Ooh, it's got indoor plumbing. A Chinese lady bid it up to $2.6 million, and the same house, again, it wasn't a Canadian, it was a Chinese lady bought it. You could buy the same house in a nice area, like $2.6 million for that house is worth, built after World War II, maybe $100,000 anywhere stateside for that house that age, falling apart. Like $2.6 million, you could buy for $100,000 in the States. And that's the problem we're facing in the Commonwealth. And I've been trying to warn people for so many years about this shit, and I don't know what this is the core problem. This is the core problem I've been talking to you guys. We have to fix before countries opened up and sold to the highest bidders. That's the mistake they made. And if we could fix that going back to 2010 to March 2024, We could save ourselves. We could save our kids' futures. Oh, Tig Nim's in the house. Condos are being cut almost by 50%. That's right. That's just getting started. We're just getting warmed up. And let's head over to the States here. Canada States. Pentagon walks away from Canada-U.S. Defense Board. Of course, Canada's not spending nowhere near what it promised to spend on its military, and it's looking to join the EU. Canada is the EU. Who do you think built Canada? The Italians, the Portuguese, the Scottish, the Irish, the English, the Dutch. Who the hell you think built Canada? The people from India? China? You think China built Canada? China came and parked money in Canada. They didn't build fuck all in this country. And now Pentagon walks away from Canada-U.S. Defense Board. And the Trump administration is walking away from a long-running body that works on Canada-U.S. defense initiatives. Let's put this in here. Claiming Canada has failed to meet its commitments on defense spending. Yeah, Canada's losing. And we're not done with Canada here. Hold on a sec. Canadian developers set a record for completed and unsold new homes. Nobody could afford these $1 million, not the tower for $1 million. If you're watching this in America, yeah, the tower's $1 million. No. The unit over here is $1 million. The little unit there. You can thank China for that too, by the way, guys. Canadian real estate went from a speculative asset with global demand to a glut in just a few years. And we warned you about this. Data shows completed and unabsorbed inventory rose in April. Let's go over to the graph here. Let's see if we have a graph. We don't have a graph here? I guess it's a video? There it is right there. And there's the unsold. Right? See, in the 90s, right? We had an oversupply in the 90s, and then boom, 2008 hits, boom. 2010 right here hits, boom. Bring in the dirty money, boom. Pandemic, the plandemic hits, boom. And overbuild, boom. Look where we are here. Boom. Just like that. Kaboom. Let's move on. Canadian real estate demand balance hits the weakest level since 1995. And let's look at a graph here. Oh, wow. Whoa. That's some scary stuff. So Canadian real estate prices climbed for the third month. Canadian real estate prices composite. So it's still holding on to life, but $666,000 for a benchmark. No one's going to spend that money in Canada, not with the taxation. And Canadian real estate prices climbed for a third month in a row. That's where it is right there. But look at that $800,000 mark. It's plateauing. It's going to crash. I got nowhere to go but down from here. And supplies versus new listing hit a 6-year high. So there it is. Canada sees new listings hit 6-year high. So we're seeing the oversupply in the market right now. Unless Canada could do something with China to get more dirty money in, I don't even know how they're going to do it anymore. Canadian real estate demand balance hits weakest since 1995. Here we are. Woo! Oh, wow. So Canadian sales to new listing ratios, SNLR for April. And is there more? No, there isn't. Well, thank you, Better Dwelling, for doing that for us. And growing number of Americans say religion gaining influence in society. I keep telling you guys, people will run back to the arms of Jesus. God. Christian. We've been saying it for years, and people have been making fun of us on this channel. You don't know what you're talking about. Science wins all the time. Science is proof. You're this and that. You don't know what you're talking about, Mike. Yeah, I know what the hell I'm talking about. And here we are, folks. Here we are. And yeah, we did that. We did Canada. See what else we got here to talk about on Mike in the Night. Episode 651. What season is this, guys? Hold on, let me go back here for a second. Season 35, episode 10. Season 35, episode 10. That's how long we've been doing this thing. Yeah, Jeff is saying 666,000. That's a convenient number. I'm on the ground. I see what's going on. It's going to crash hard. Rusty Behemoth Hammer needs to call in to Mike of the Night. I need you guys to call into the show, man. Listen to me, SA. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. All right. I guess we're going to war with Cuba next. We accurately predicted Venezuela 8 months before anything happened. We told you guys how they were going to go in with a flash team like Rainbow Six Vegas and take out Maduro. We predicted it to a T, and it happened like we said. And we told you guys about the whole Middle East, and if Trump got into office, he was going to back Israel and go to war across the Middle East. We predicted that accurately. The only thing we didn't predict accurately was I thought that Trump was going to give up that war in Ukraine and call it the Biden war and clean his hands with it. I was wrong. I would have cleaned my hands with that Biden war in Ukraine and just leave Zelensky in the wind. But I was wrong, and we're not right all the time. So Cuba, we're going to Cuba now. Cuba says it has a legitimate right to defend itself amid U.S. threats. Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel says the country is not a threat, but will defend itself from aggression if necessary. So, yeah, they're pushing Cuba now. They're pushing Cuba's buttons because America needs all the territory and resources it can in the North American territory. And Cuba's power grid collapses for the 5th time, a nation in darkness. And on Wednesday, 9:14 a.m., Cuba's national power grid collapsed for the 5th time in less than a year due to a failure in the Antonio Gutierrez plant, plunging nearly 10 million people into darkness and chaos. The crisis stems from the complete exhaustion of diesel and fuel oil reserves after a single Russian tanker supply ran out, leaving the grid unable to meet even 1/3 of the national demand. Cuba's government blames the crisis on U.S. energy blockades that has cut off nearly all fuel imports since January, while Washington City cites Cuban mismanagement and corruption. The blackouts have triggered widespread public anger, and protest in Havana and surrounding areas, with residents banging pots and lighting fires, unrest not seen in nearly 30 years. So again, it's just like Cuba. Sorry, just like Venezuela and a lot, just like Portugal, Portuguese Empire. We're sanctioned to death, right? We're sanctioned in Portugal. We're forced to leave Portugal, right? And same thing with Cuba. Go in there and then bring in America to save the day. We're gonna save you guys, and you're gonna have celebrations on the street. You're gonna wave flags. You're gonna be so happy we came in to liberate you guys. You guys are blockading embargoes for what, 40, 50 years now, 60 years now, since the 60s. You're embargoing countries from allowing them to trade with Russia. Cuba can't trade with Russia because America says so. So the question we need to ask ourselves when this is happening, what's the question we ask on this channel? What does America want with Cuba? Because if Cuba's major export was condoms, I don't think America will want anything to do with Cuba. But because, that's a good question. What does America want? Again, territorial, military virtue. They want to create a defense strategy around the Caribbean, and they need Cuba for it. Right? They need Cuba for a proper defense strategy to protect the Gulf, the U.S. Gulf, and to protect northern Venezuela, right? So what does America want Cuba for, right? That's what we need to ask. And a humanitarian aid ship from Mexico docks in Havana as U.S.-Cuban tensions escalate. And a ship laden with humanitarian aid from the governments of Mexico, Uruguay, arrived Monday to Havana to help ease Cuba's spiraling crisis. The ship, which departed from Mexico, includes food, personal hygiene items, according to the government statement. Cuba's food industry minister, Alberto Lopez Diaz, said the items arrived at a time of great economic hardship, exacerbated by the tightening of the blockade imposed on our country by the United States government. Again, they're doing this. Why? What does America want with Cuba, right? And this goes into, I wanted to add this one too. Chinese spies are here bribing and blackmailing our politicians and are attempted poisoning of Mobile, Alabama water system. Wayne asks, how many terror cells are there in the U.S.? So this has to do with Chinese terror cells in the U.S. Most of them came through the open border Biden administration. And Chinese are here bribing and blackmailing politicians after attempt of poisoning the Mobile, Alabama water system. Wayne asks how many terror cells are there in the. So this is a video to watch, but I'll leave that with you guys like that. And yeah, this is all a really big deal that's going on here, folks. This is a really big deal that's going on here, folks. And all right. What are your targets for gold and silver in 2026? Well, we usually do a video around September, October for gold and silver to update it every year. But I believe that if this Middle East war fizzles out, gold and silver will take over. Gold and silver will take over. We bought our gold. We bought some gold and silver back when it mattered. I got a lot of silver and gold that went up. I trimmed some fruit. And then back, if you remember, in October of last year, we told you guys, buy oil, we're going to war. And I told you the stocks I was going to buy, Baytex, Crescent Point, and Athabasca Oil. I bought those 3 stocks back in October of last year. And I told you guys, we're going to war, buy oil. And everyone told me that I was fat and stupid. But now, yeah, anyways. So we'll get Supreme Cannon on the show sometime when he gets time to come on. And we want to talk to him about a new gold stock he's been reading up on, studying, looking at, reassessing, looking at the numbers, spending hours on graphs, figuring out this one gold company. So before we announce this gold company, I'm not working with these companies. I don't even know who these people are. These people don't care about us. But I want to talk to Supreme Cannon first and find out, should we talk about this company publicly, even though we don't give investment advice, right? So, all right. Here's a video that's going absolutely viral on Facebook. I think it passed 1,000 shares. This is going viral on Facebook, guys, and it's about the equity tax we've been talking about. Here, I'll just play it. Here it is. Okay, guys, here's your equity tax update. So if you own real estate in Canada, you want to hear this. Equity tax, we talked about it 3 years ago, 5, 8 years ago. It's coming. They're laying the groundwork for equity tax now for the last 4 or 5 years, and we've been covering how it's going to basically bankrupt every homeowner in Canada. Well, the honest homeowners in Canada will be basically bankrupt. If you think property tax is already expensive and having to save through the year just to pay your property tax is bad, the equity tax. Now, back 5-6 years ago, when we're discussing the groundwork they're laying, we were looking at it being at a municipal level where the city you live in will collect the equity tax in your home. If there's equity in your home, you bought your home for $100,000, it's worth $200,000 on paper. They want to charge you the $100,000 equity tax. Okay. Now they wanted to implement it through the municipalities first at a really low percentage. So all you're paying is $800 or $1,000 a year on that equity, a really low percentage. That's how it starts, really low, right? So the municipalities will kick up a percentage to the provincial, and then the provincial will kick up to the federal. That's how they want to layer it, where one mafia to another is paying off each other up the chain of command. Now, they're scrapping that idea, or they're kind of backburning the idea, and they want to go now with just a straight up federal, through your income tax, and they're going to tie in your property value from your assessment in your income taxes, and they're going to start figuring out equity levels, and they're going to have obviously what you purchased your home for. They're going to know all this information. That's what the data centers are for. They're going to have all this information, and they're going to figure out how much equity you're sitting on in your home, and they're going to come after that through percentages. It's going to be small at first, and then it's going to go up, and it's going to keep going up. So they're going more for a federal approach of it, not through the municipal level that we talked about like 5-6 years ago about the equity tax, 5, 6, 7 back in 2018. So they're not going to do it. I think they're going to go with the federal approach and using the data centers to house the data to make sure everything's in line through your tax assessment and they're going to kind of leverage it back and forth and then charge you the percentages back and forth depending on what you owe in equity. But if your house is worth less than what you bought it for, they're just going to leave you alone and let you figure that out for yourself. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below if you're living in Canada with the equity tax. I think it's coming soon, folks. I think it's coming very soon because they're moving. They're moving on it. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken. All right, so that's a video we made through the week that's going super viral on Facebook. We've made the equity tax videos before. No one gave a shit. I guess people are starting to look and say, hey, maybe this fat guy here that's been on YouTube as a big fat failure for the last 15 years, maybe he's right about something. It's like, yeah, I think it's going to come, just like we've been saying, right? So we got someone saying, thank you, Mike. We have someone say a big comment here. Okay, so this is from Bob K. saying, WEF lockstep platform to redistribute your earnings to WEF migrants. Chinese move to big cities, leaving the real estate empty, forcing WEF, Indian, etc. To the East Coast, destroying what was once a good life. Yeah, so this is the skyscraper dark ages we've been talking about here on the channel. The skyscraper dark ages, where cities will be left into empty shells. And unfortunately, nobody cares. It's not that nobody cares. You guys care. You're 100 people watching this care. You guys care. You guys wouldn't be here if you didn't care. I'm talking about, we need someone like Joe Rogan or Russell Brand, like a real person, to come forward and say it, and then it becomes something. But the damage is done. The damage is already done. Who cares? You see what I mean? We can't fix it when we can and with the timing. Like if you look at our videos, shit, if someone listened to this guy 10 years ago and actually created a conversation about it and actually moved something forward in conversation and looking at what he's saying, maybe we could do something. No. Now it's over. Damage is done. All right, we got to get some callers on the show here tonight, guys. I need you guys. So how the show works, if you're first time on Mike in the Night, if you want to talk about the data centers in your area, Missouri town erupts. Voters annihilate every council member who's sold out to the AI data centers. In a stunning display of people power against the globalist machine, the town of Festus, Missouri, has delivered a thunderous message to the globalist tech overlords and their local puppets. We will not be sacrificed on the altar of AI progress. So people are putting their foot down. So if you want to talk about that, if you want to talk about the NIH virologist caught smuggling Congo Ebola pathogens to the U.S. just before the WHO announces deadly outbreak. The thing is, I want to see what this person looks like that did this. Is it him? No, it's not him. Oh, Fauci collaborator and head of risk. So this is really scary shit that they put up here. I don't know how true to the word the Ebola virus is. Is it containable? This is one of the very few viruses I was always scared of. I don't care about the COVID thing. We knew it was going to come. We know all this bullshit. It's just there's some things out there that really kill you. If you screw around with shit, you're dead. But Ebola, I mean, I'm that's the one thing. But I don't know about it's moving out and spreading across continents, and I think it dies off after every host it gets to. It fizzles out and gets weaker. I don't know. All right, I got a super chat here. Politicians and bureaucrats are all going to jail within the next 30 days. Mark my words. You know what, R.C. Lamoureux? I hope you're right. There's too many people that are just destroying the system, playing with us. They're playing with us. Yeah, viruses don't exist. Yeah, I understand that. But there's something about this Ebola thing that's always intrigued me for years, since I was a child. Yeah, COVID bullshit's bullshit. I know that. We warned you the COVID was going to come. We didn't call it COVID. We called it something else. Okay. Who is here, guys? Now, I give you guys my Instagram link there. I can give it to you again. If you guys just want to give me a quick message on Instagram and say, hey, Mike, I'm watching live or whatever, I would like to talk to you. I would like to come on your show and talk about something. No. Somebody just messaged me back a video I made. I'm not getting okay, let's see if we can get some people here. I don't know who that is. Let's see if we can get some callers on the show here. This show is built off of your contributions to the show to help us out. So if you want, I'm going to give you my Instagram again, show you so you guys can see what it looks like. There's many ways to support this transmission. This transmission is supported through you guys, nobody else. There's nobody paying me here. Nobody's paying me to lie to you or make up stuff or bullshit you guys. I'm here to tell you guys what it is. And I've been here for over 15 years telling you what it is. So you can join the channel here. That's one way to support the channel for $1 a month. Where is it? Join. You'll see it there on the transmission join channel. And then if you want to buy me a coffee, you can do that. There's a link in the description. And here's the Instagram. I'm going to give you the Instagram link if you want to send me a message on Instagram and tell me you want to come on. I want to get PDSD on the show again because he's working in the construction industry, and all the condos that they're building, the Chinese contractors that are building all these condos in Toronto are flopping and folding, and the Chinese aren't bringing money over anymore, right? And all right. Yep, someone's saying if these politicians actually go to jail, it would be epic. All right, let's see if we can get anybody here. So let's check our primary, no messages. General, no messages. And requests. No messages. That's it. That's it. There's no hidden requests. No messages. No hidden requests. So that's how the show's built, guys. We build it off of your voice calling in. So Glenn is saying Mike is a sellout. Buy him a coffee and he'll tell you what you don't want to hear with both barrels. No, we make about $600-700 a year on coffee donations. We make about $600-700 a year. It doesn't cover my internet. My internet's like $2,400 a year. All right, donor box. Oh, whoa. We got a coffee from V, our girl, Violetta. Thank you for the coffee, Violetta. So we did get a coffee today. Somebody bought Mike a coffee today. Thanks for the coffee. I requested Raven. He's not. I can message him. He's not. He's not here. He's nowhere near here. I asked people if they want to call into the show, and then people like for what, and it's like, you know what? Forget it. I'm not gonna bother. All right, but we're gonna put on the clock. We're gonna give it 10 minutes and see if we can get some callers on here. If we don't, we will wrap up the show. It's not a big deal. Oh, okay. Are we? Whoa. We got a big hitter here. We got a big hitter here on Mike of the Night. Let me see where the hell he was moved to. There he is. We got a big hitter here. Okay. All right, we got it. We got a big hitter. Big, long time listener here on Mike of the Night. Let's get into the... You are tuned into Mike of the Night, the voice of the Commonwealth.
It's 3 a.m. in a one-stop town. Neon buzz and the world shut down. Coffee's cold, but the mic's still warm. There's a storm outside and another reform. Headlights roll down Highway 8. Folks still talking about the state of the state. Bills go up, paychecks thin. Feels like a house always wins. But there's a voice on the air tonight, cutting through that pale moonlight. Mike in the night, on the AM line. Truth coming through like a county sign. You can run, you can hide, you can close your eyes. Let you feel that moving deep inside. At 3 a.m. when the silence is broken, old guitar and the truth outspoken. No teleprompter, no token, just a man saying I have spoken. Small town farmers, city trees, trying to read through the masquerades. Paper headlines, polished lies, but you can see it in the people's eyes. Granddad said, son, stand tall, don't let fear build your walls. Mama prayed by the kitchen light, said keep your heart strong through the fight. So he turns that dial a little more, like knocking on.
Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. How are you?
Oh, not bad, not bad.
All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, of Mike in the Night, episode 651. We have a long time listener of the show on and off over the years. I wouldn't blame him if he didn't stick around all these years, but back and forth listener, Aberfield. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Am I coming in okay?
You're perfect. We can hear you clear as a whistle.
Oh, that's good. I mean, there's some tab management here now. I'm an old-time caller since right around COVID days.
No, actually, you were calling in during trends in the housing market, too.
Yeah, back then, too? Oh, that was a while. The COVID days, obviously, is when it really kicked off. And I live in Surrey, so the trends in the housing market, I'm a housing market enthusiast and victim.
Yes, enthusiast and victim.
And also have planned. I used to own a condo in Surrey, but I've since sold that because, really $500,000 for 750 square feet, 2x4s. I don't think so.
And people don't understand. Surrey is like Harlem in the States, like very dangerous. They don't understand that. So they think, but you're in Canada, you're safe. It's like you got free healthcare. Bullshit.
Oh, no, absolutely. And it's gotten even wilder in the past since COVID, since the drug decriminalization experiment they did. It's just gotten wild.
Yep.
So I wanted to call in. It's the first time that about a few months ago, I saw you're rocking Monday nights now. This is fantastic.
Well, because there's too much competition with the real channels that showed up after 2020 to tell you what you already know. And I can't compete with the channels telling people what they already know. So I just have to kind of quietly just do a Monday afternoon and just keep it like Monday evening and keep it like that.
Oh, so, those COVID heroes!
These heroes came after 2020 to tell everybody. Now you see them watching them make videos about, look at this condo, it's $1 million, now it's crashing, it's only worth $800,000. What about the videos we made? And we made these videos telling people, don't buy this shit. It's not worth it. You're going to get ripped off. Warning people when it actually matters. That's the problem.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Nobody
no, it's
cared when
great.
it mattered.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You want to see physical evidence of this? Okay, you got to take a drive down to the coast to Surrey.
Hmm.
Give your take a ride down 108th Avenue, 104th Avenue. You're going to see something really funny. You're going to see a whole bunch of $750,000 condos that are just boxes, tiny, tiny little boxes in the sky. Okay, no patio. Forget about it. No barbecue. That's not happening.
Hmm.
These are tiny little 500 square feet boxes that they're hawking for half a million, 350, $750 million.
Hmm.
And they're just sitting right there. And you drive by and you go, oh yeah, there's going to be no community. People are going to be buying these from overseas, renting them out. Oh, it's a joke, a mega joke. But no, I wanted to call in, brother, and see how it's going on the Monday night. And it's actually going to work better for me because Saturday is my whiskey night. So
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that.
yeah. No, I was a bit of a COVID drinker,
Hmm.
so like a lot of us. So, but no, Monday, that's fantastic. But I wanted to get I got a little bit of your thoughts about this Ebola. I call it the Ebola panic. So I think you're like my generation. We saw the movie Outbreak in
Yes, we did.
1995.
Yes, we
Right,
did.
Dennis Hoff. He's just running around. We got to stop the virus. Stop the virus. People are melting left, right, and center.
Hmm.
Uh, but when I see that story being boosted, okay, there's people dying overseas. We get it. It's under 100 people. I get it.
Yep, yeah, yeah.
But when that's being boosted as the number one news story on CBC, CTV, ABC
Oh, I
News,
brought it up tonight because some guy's trying to take out or extract the virus there and bring it, smuggle it into the country. That's what I'm worried about.
of course, of course. I mean, whoever has that right, we got a bioweapon on our hands. But no, I mean the governments want control. I mean, okay, and there was that rat virus pestilent boat
That
floating
was total
around.
bullshit. Like rat feces getting on a fucking on a cargo cruise ship, whatever ships. Like, come on, give me a break, man.
The media has played themselves so harsh that they're spending thousands of hours and highlighting this rat illness boat that's bobbing around in the North Atlantic. It's like about a dozen people. Okay. Meanwhile, you've got gas super high. You've got inflation kicking off again, and you guys want to focus on this boat. Why? The government's miss control. They miss the control of saying, hey, all these schools, they're going to shut down.
Hmm.
All this is not going to be happening over there. And this, mom and pop coffee shops, they're going to close down. Oh, Walmart can stay open.
Yeah.
They miss that so badly. And they've got cheerleaders in the media. So,
Well, I want to show this to Americans while you're on the phone with us. Guys, you're going to see this on your screen. Abba Field in a few seconds is going to catch up to you, though. So this is what I'm trying to say to Americans. Americans, you guys have no idea how good you have it. We can't buy this kind of real estate, like these 4-bedroom homes, 175, 179,000. Oh, and Canadians will say, oh, that's a 200,000 American. It's still cheaper than that $500,000 box of the sky in Surrey in a gangster town, worse than Harlem. And
yeah.
Look at all this. Look. Americans have options. They want a brick house. They want a something with a little bit of lining on the outside. They want something more contemporary. They want something more modern. Americans have a choice. This is what drives the economy, is when housing is within range. Look at this. There's thousands of pages of homes. Look at these homes. Look at this.
Yeah.
You want a 2-bedroom condo. You want a $134,000 brick home with a nice quiet area here. You want to be in a ghetto. You want to be in the sticks. You want to be in a upscale condo here. Look at this. 2 beds, 2 bath condo in Jacksonville. Look at this, beautiful with the pool and everything. I mean, depending on what you want. We don't have these options in Canada. And this is what I'm trying to tell Americans. Oh, you got free healthcare. Mafangulo free healthcare. We don't got shit.
Well, and I want to be specific with you, brother, okay? I want to be specific. Canada does not have free healthcare. What we do have is healthcare rationing. So You're going to wait 5 hours in a room, and then you're going to wait 2 more hours in a more specialized room. You're just waiting. You're not talking to really to anybody.
Mhm.
And then it's going to be a 10-hour wait to deal with. You got a broken toe, you've got a virus, or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
But it's rationing. That's what we've got. And when I show exactly what you're showing on your screen right now, Mike. I show that to my aunt, my boomer aunt. I show that to some of my boomer family and friends who own homes, who they're okay. They bought homes when it was super cheap in the 1990s, and they can't understand why Gen Z to Gen X wants to bail on Canada. They actually think that Canadians, young Canadians who want to move to the States, are not patriotic. And what they don't understand is we are super patriotics, but we want a piece of that Canadian dream that used to be available to us before 2015, when it all turned to heck.
Well, it was 2010 when the Vancouver model kicked in. The Chinese started out east in Vancouver, and they brought in trillions of dollars, boy. And they wiped us out. There was a tsunami. And once the Vancouver put the foreign buyers tax on, they went south to Seattle. And we covered the articles there. They went to Seattle and Washington State and destroyed the housing market there. And the tsunami went across to Toronto and destroyed the Toronto housing market overnight. Woo!
Yeah. No, absolutely. British Columbia has always been sort of like a bit of a science experiment for the rest of the continent. We had the continent's first carbon tax in 2009.
Yep.
We did drug decriminalization for 3 years, the first of its kind, in 2023 to last January. So we're kind of like the canary in the coal mine. If people want to know what's going to happen to them in California, South Dakota, Michigan, pay attention to this channel because it's happened here first.
Yep.
Anyways, man, I'll keep it short and sweet. Really pleasure to be on your show again, and I'm loving the Monday nights.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight on Mike and the Night, and I should be here every Monday. Shouldn't be any hiccups. I got no travel this year because I'm traveled out from last year. I traveled so much last year. This year, I'm going to stay focused with you guys here on Monday nights, as many Mondays as I can for the summer, okay?
Awesome. See you, buddy.
God bless you. Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
So that's Abba Field, long time listener here on Mike and the Night. He was commenting to me how he likes the music, right? Got another caller lined up here. Dallas Dalton. He's asking, I'd like to come on, but I'm not sure what topic I want to start with. You just tell us what's in your heart. I don't get paid. No one gets paid here. We want to know what's on your mind here on Mike in the Night. I hope you guys enjoyed this housing here for 160,000. Oh, that's 160,000 American. Okay, 220 Canadian. 220 Canadian. What do you do? What do you do with 220 Canadian? Yeah. All right. Let us get our... You are tuned into Mike in the Night, the voice of the Commonwealth. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video to your friends.
From Australia to New Zealand, from the UK to the USA, from Canada, the true voice of the Commonwealth, Mike in the Night.
Hello.
Dally Dalton on Mike of the Night making another appearance. It's been a while. How you been?
Oh, not too bad. How's everything going with you, brother?
Everything's going good. Make sure you're talking right into the microphone of your phone so we can hear you as
Oh,
clear
yeah,
as clear as possible.
absolutely.
All
My
right.
phone's not the greatest, so.
Oh no, you know how it is. Nothing's the greatest anymore like it was when we were growing up.
Oh, God, no.
Okay.
Honestly, Mike, I miss the days of when my phone was on the kitchen wall.
Yeah, on the kitchen wall. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day too. So, what do you got for us, buddy? There's lots going on, and last time you were on the show. You were telling us. Last time you were on the show, I remember you telling us that your area that you live in Hamilton, Ontario, or where was it in Ontario?
Kitchener-Waterloo.
Kitchener-Waterloo area is becoming unrecognizable with the amount of people moving in that they're not even Canadian. And
Yeah, it's kind of funny you said that because, yeah, it's getting pretty bad, man. I went for a little bike ride tonight, and I went through Victoria Park downtown, and there probably was a few thousand Indians walking around. I saw maybe a handful of European descent.
how many Indians? Sorry.
A few thousand. Like, it was absolutely packed. Like, it was almost shoulder to shoulder down there today.
Wow.
It's May 2-4 weekend here, right?
Yeah, it's May long. That's right. You're right. It's Victoria Day, right?
Yeah. And every year, we do fireworks here for Victoria Day, but and it's funny too because I don't even know why they have this. So the area has some sort of a firework ban on our Victoria Day, and there's no reason for it. I mean, it just rained like a half an hour ago, so it's not dry. There's not a fire ban. There's no reason for it, but yet it was okay for all these Indians to be shooting off fireworks during their Diwali.
Yep. That's how the country gets taken over, right? Someone in the comments is saying, "Do not blame the non-Canadians." And she says, "I can't believe how racist the Canadians are, and they don't have the balls to blame the politicians. Not me." Then they go on to say, "No, they haven't invaded our country. They have been invited. Don't sound like an effing racist." Well, I'm a Portuguese, sweetheart. I'm a Portuguese. I'm not a Canadian. And Portuguese in Canada, Portuguese in Canada means this. That's what it means. You're garbage in Canada. So I was treated like garbage by the
Irish.
Huh?
The Irish were treated like shit too for a long time.
Yeah. So
and we
yeah.
still are for the most part.
So we're just trying to explain what was because when I was going around Toronto, people would come up to my ass and say, "What are you doing in Canada? Why are you here from Portugal? Why is your dad here from Portugal?" And this is public workers, servant workers, not my neighbors on my street where I live in Toronto.
Well,
Public servants.
I got Portuguese friends, man, and
they built shit. Did they build shit in this country?
Oh, they built half of this town along with the Irish and
the Italians.
German,
Italians.
Yeah, the Italians.
Kitchener-Waterloo's Italian too. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
They come after the country's built to fucking destroy it, right? And then calling me a racist.
Right, but hey, I'll wear that now proudly.
Oh,
like
big time racist right here, big time.
I don't care anymore, man. You want to call me a racist? Go right ahead. I'm a total racist.
Oh, I'm
love
big time.
Racing,
I'm big.
You know?
I'm the funny racist though because my wife's from the Philippines. But what does that make me then? A partial racist?
I just spin it now, Mike. It's like, yeah, I love racing, don't you? I'm a total racist.
Yeah, someone says I didn't invite these fucking people. Yeah. Let's build the country first, and then bring the Chinese to work in the banks and the government jobs and work the clean office jobs. Bring the Indians and the Hindus unhirables and give them subsidized wages, so that the Canadians will be outside begging for money.
People will always get butt hurt, man, because they're too afraid to speak the truth, and they want to sit there and call everybody else racist. But it's, you know what? The truth hurts.
Yeah.
Truth hurts.
Yeah.
So if you don't like what you're hearing, maybe you should do some reflecting and take a long look in the mirror and ask yourself why this is bothering you so much.
Well, this is a big time bother. Let's say the influx of immigrants were Colombians. Let's say there were Colombians and Venezuelans. Let's just say, for example, if there was Colombians and Venezuelans, you'd have a swing, you'd have music, you have street parties, you have food on the street, like good food on the street, like empanadas and food like that. You know what I mean? Tacos, all kinds of fun stuff. Good, Christian, open people. Women you could potentially date. You know what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely.
But no, it comes. The people that come in aren't compatible. Why are the Colombians and Venezuelans? Why would they be compatible with us? Why? Because they're all Christian. They have the same values we do.
The funny thing about the whole, I honestly, I'm not like I'll just say this: stereotypes exist for a reason. Okay, and I've worked with some Indians who have been here a couple generations now.
Mm-hmm.
And when these Indian people are sitting there telling me to my face that even they don't want their own kind in this country.
I get that every day.
They left their country was to get away from that bullshit.
And now it's coming here.
And they're just as pissed off as us.
Rick Silver said you can't date these fucking people that are coming in. What do you mean? You can't date Colombians and Puerto Ricans and Venezuelan women? Are you crazy? Probably the most sympathetic women in the world. Even Filipino women is a God's gift to man. Filipino women are God's gift to man. They come in here and they're grateful. If it wasn't for my Filipino wife, I'd be single still today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, these are God's gift to man, man. These. You
know what? I don't care what race they're from. If I met a good woman tomorrow, I'd marry it.
I'm saying it's harder to find someone in a culture that's not compatible with us.
Right?
So finding someone in a culture that's not, you can go to Colombia and in 6 months you'll be engaged. You go to Colombia, go there for a year or two. You've been asking about going to another country. Go to Colombia for 6 months. Go to Panama. Go down there with Kevin J. Johnson wherever he's at. Go down to Panama and see where he's at and what he's up to. Go there in 6 months you'll be engaged. You'll be like, oh my God, I'm never coming back to Canada. I'm gonna have 5 kids here and I'm staying here.
That wouldn't surprise me at all because most of the women around here are all brutally indoctrinated with the whole feminist fucking bullshit.
Yeah, if you go for the Canadian women, it's like that. Right? Strong woman, feminist shit. And then you go to the cultured women aren't our culture. That's the problem. If that makes any sense. If that makes
and people would sit here and like from the feminist movement, they'd say, oh, I'm just part of the patriarchy. I want to control my woman. No, I'm not. I don't want to control her at all. What I want is someone to work together with and build a fucking life with. And the what a man looks for, unfortunately, and this is just biology speaking, is because most women, they stop producing eggs around 35, 40 if they're lucky, right? So just the way biology works, unfortunately, guys tend to look for a younger woman. Mm-hmm. It's just how it is because we want kids. It's part of our DNA.
That's exactly what it is. So a lot of these women in the West were indoctrinated, like you said, into this whole movement shit, strong woman shit. I don't have a problem with strong women. I don't have a problem with, but
no, absolutely not.
It's
my grandmother was a strong woman. She'd be the type to friggin', if you got out of line, she'd give you a good fucking smack across the head, right? So
I don't know. And all I'm saying is I hope I've made the right choices till now because I have. Because again, if it wasn't for my wife, I'd probably be alone right now. Wouldn't have kids or anything, right?
You got a good life going for you, Mike. Man.
Because I met the right woman, though. Meeting the right woman still fixes your life, but the problem is you are in a situation where the people coming into the country don't assimilate and they don't want nothing to do with you, or they see you as the problem of the country, and then you have. Pretty much. And then you have all these women that are all Hollywoodized that don't want nothing to do with you because you don't have 6 figures, you're not 6'6", and you don't have a 6-inch penis, right? So
I'm not considered the Chad.
Yeah. So So someone's asking how your job is doing. I remember you were in between jobs and you're getting moved around. What's going on now?
Oh, you actually, I got a funny story about that. So I just got let go again from another job.
Get out of town.
Yeah, the job market around here is absolute shit, man. Like most of these employers, like I was supposed to be taking over for a guy that's retiring in 2 months, and it wasn't like anything. Like I'm a certified welder, right? I got my tickets and shit.
Move to New Orleans, man.
It's nothing like my welds were shit. It's just apparently I'm supposed to know everything in 3 months what a guy who's been there for 45 years knows. Apparently I wasn't progressing enough for this guy. So they let me go out of the blue. Just blindsided me, man. No warning, no nothing, no hey, strike one, strike two, strike three kind of stuff. Just yeah, sorry, yeah, we don't need you. And the funny thing is that all the older guys that worked there were telling me about how this guy was such an asshole, and that by the time they all retire and leave, the company's probably not going to exist anymore because nobody wants to work for this.
Okay, I'm going to help you out right here tonight on Mike of the Night. Here goes. So your screen's going to catch up with you in a few seconds, okay? So just be very wary on this one. Just give the screen a few seconds to catch up. So welding jobs, employment in Florida. 4,186 welding jobs available in Florida. And this is at Indeed.com. And then LinkedIn, 793 welder jobs in Florida. Apply now, get hired now. And let's go over this. So here it is. $23 to $32 an hour. Mechanical maintenance technician needed. 33585 zip code. Now let's go look at what the pay is. So the pay is $23 to $32 an hour. Let's go back to our real estate here. Let's go back to that zip code, which is going to be about right here. In this area here, 33 would be around here. And let's look at the real estate pricing in that area. That should be the 33309, 33328.5 area here. So there it is right there. $132,000, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, $140,000 house. Condos, more condos in the area where the job is needed. But you have a condo, but you have a balcony. You're on a lake, depending on what condo you buy. Palm trees everywhere. And your pay is, let's find your pay here again. 23, let's say they put you at the bottom at 23 USD, and you take home 20 of it every hour. Not like Canada where you take home only fucking $5. And this is your area you're in. You could pay off a place in 5-6 years, buddy, without any hindrance. Literally, living alone.
Here in Kitchener-Waterloo, I'm going to be renting the rest of my life the way things are going here now.
Wow.
There's no chance in hell of me ever getting into the friggin' housing market.
As a welder.
Yeah, as a welder.
Wow.
Like making almost 60 grand a year, and I don't have a shot in hell, dude. Not a shot in hell.
So if you make that 50, let's say 55,000 a year here in this Florida job, you could pay off a place in 5 years.
I might if I got rid of my apartment and lived in my car for the next year. I might have.
In Canada, though. In Canada.
Right?
Yeah, in Kitchener. But I'm saying if you go down to Florida and you set yourself up there, you could get by living in your van for a month or two, just enough. And you could pick up some rent there. You could even buy a place. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to say to you, right?
To be honest, I really do want to go somewhere warm, anyways, because I'm tired of living in a cold climate. Like it's been so brutal here this past year. With I know people don't want to believe it's happening, but with the whole weather modification and they're chemtrailing the shit out of the skies, it's constantly cold and raining and just cloudy here, and it's just felt like perpetual winter. And I mean, like it was snowing in May this year, and that never happens.
Did you see Trudeau, the announcement he made 5-6 years ago? We want to modify Canada's weather so it's winter all year round. Remember he said that?
Oh yeah, I remember. Yep, I do.
Anyways, so here it is. I found you a job. There's actually several thousand of them for welding. So it's a drilling corporation in Seminole County, Florida. The zip code is 333585, and there's thousands of them, and they're starting at $23 an hour. And there's the real estate you could buy in that area. If I got the area right, I think I got the area right.
The whole thing about that though is, Mike, is what I'd have to apply for citizenship and all.
You're
that
single.
down there, wouldn't I?
You're a single man. Go get engaged and married.
Yeah, I know, but even like if I was to go down there, if I don't have some sort of, I'd have to get at least a green card, would I not?
Yeah, you would have to apply for. Well, you know what you do is you get one of those companies to sponsor you. They need. Look, there's 1,000. What was it? Let me find it again. 4,186 welding positions available in Florida. You just get one of those companies to sponsor you. They'll do your paperwork. If they really need someone that knows what they're doing, they'll get you down there. You get to work. You're set.
Fair enough.
So that's what I do for you. Get to work on finding a company to sponsor you and take care of you. They don't take care of you. They just do the paperwork for you so that you could go there and fucking work, right?
Hopefully a business owner that's a half decent human, unlike a lot of them around here. We're just arms and legs up here, man. We're just numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. So there it is right there. I just wanted to let you know that there is hope out there, but unfortunately Canada's finished. Then they bring in, and then your area you live in is unrecognizable. There's no Canadian people anywhere. It's like, holy shit.
No, it's really bad here now, like really bad. And like I said before, a couple times I've been on, like the most of the European descent, like when it comes to homeless, I still haven't seen an Indian homeless person yet. So,
wow.
And that's getting out of hand too, man. Like the robberies are starting to go up around here. Like
breaking, I heard B&E's is getting rampant right now. They're getting 4 to 6 break-in and enters an hour there now in Ontario.
B&E's, car thefts, like literally, I'm not even joking you, Mike. Just last night, my neighbor downstairs from me got his motorcycle stolen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the insurance is going to have to kick in the money now. So,
right. But
someone saying in the comments, someone here in the comments is saying teenagers are being paid $18 an hour in In-N-Out Burger in Phoenix, Arizona.
In an In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah, that's 22, 25 Canadian an hour.
Wow.
And I could bring up real estate from there, too, and see what the comparable prices are. You could probably work at In-N-Out Burger and get into a one-bedroom.
American dollar is worth way more than ours.
So well, that's what I'm saying. You could, like, we don't have these opportunities in Canada. We don't have this in Canada. And it's not available for us in Canada, period.
No. Actually, you want to hear something funny about that? So, like, I've been seeing tons of memes the past week or two.
Mm-hmm.
About this Tim Hortons Dunkin' Donuts war that's going on now.
Yep.
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts is coming back to Ontario and stuff.
Right.
And they're going under the guise, like specifically, they're advertising that we hire Canadians.
Oh yeah, they always do that. At the beginning. They always do that.
Right. Now, whether all that's true or not, I don't know, but. I saw a meme the other day. It actually made me laugh my ass off. It said, "Welcome to Tim Hortons. We shit on the floor. Hi, we're Dunkin' Donuts. We hire Canadian." I laughed my ass off about that one.
Dude, you know how Ric Flair comes to the ring? You know when Ric Flair the wrestler, and he's happy. He's got the fireworks behind him, and he's so happy, and he's woo, and he's putting his hands up. You know when he's coming to the ring.
I watched Ric Flair win the belt for the 14th time when I was like 6 years old, man.
Okay, well, here it is. When Ric Flair walks into the ring like that all happy, that's the happiness I see when I look into the fast food restaurant and I see there's Filipinos or Canadians working there. Oh boy, I'm so happy. I walk in like I won a championship, and I'm so happy to see them there, because anywhere else I go, the service is garbage. They touch everything with their hands. I don't want to get, again, the level of quality doesn't match ours.
Oh no, the quality is horrible, man. Like you walk into most of these Tim Hortons now, like it's not very clean. There was a lady not long ago. She like found a cockroach in her iced coffee. Like, I went in there one day. I walked right back out. I saw like there was, I don't know what the hell. I think it was fruit flies or something, but they were all over the donuts and shit. And I'm like, oh my god.
What's the matter? You a racist? You don't want them? Huh? Racist?
Yeah, no, that's my protein fix for the day. Yeah,
A protein fix.
disgusting.
All right, brother. Any final words?
Just hopefully things turn around. I try to be optimistic, but
Yeah.
I just don't see anything changing really.
Yeah.
But
Well, we'll get you on in
prices
about
are
3.
dropping around here on rent, which was surprising because, like you were just talking about earlier, housing market's absolutely crashing. So they're scrambling now to try and get tenants for places, and I just keep seeing the prices dropping. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, we're gonna see a correction soon, right? So you're gonna see rent wars, where they'll be soliciting you at your apartment to pay less rent somewhere else.
too, I actually like that because I don't like where I live right now, man.
Oh yeah, you got to get the hell out of there. You got to move. You got to move to somewhere that resembles what Canada was, right? So, anyways, all right. Dallas Dalton, Dally Dalton here on Mike in the Night. Thanks for calling in. We'll get you back on in about a month to update us. Okay.
Sounds good, Mike. God bless you,
God
brother.
bless you, brother. Bye. All right, that's our boy Dally Dalton here on Mike in the Night. Second or third most important guy you'll ever meet. And hopefully, I'm just checking my messages here. So we got Abbotfield on that we haven't had on since COVID. Call back into the show. Thank you for that. And let's see who else we got here available. I want to get Tommy in. We haven't had Tommy in from Australia in a long time, man. I don't know if he's because it's right now he's in Australia. So right now it's Tuesday afternoon in Australia. Right? So we got a coffee tonight. Thanks, Violetta, for the coffee. I'm going to buy myself a coffee tomorrow with that. RLF. We need RLF on where the hell is RLF, man? RLF is in the chat. RLF, can you message me right now on Instagram? You've been on the show before. My cousin got robbed last night by meth addicts in Tacoma, Washington. So we got people on Facebook saying good evening. Good evening, Doreen. Good evening, everyone that's here. Guys, don't forget to watch this on replay, guys. Replay is getting good value, good replay value on Mike in the Night. MikeInTheNight.org takes you to old shows. Going back 5 years, 8 years. Yep, there you go. Papa Pissed. Filipinos operate at the A&W in my town, and it's the best fast food available. Always clean and fresh as it can be. For Geoslop. But yes. Yeah, when I'm in the parking lot, I look inside of all the fast food, like it's usually in a chain, right? You got all these like a Subway, this, that. I look who's working there. Nope, not going there. Nope, not going there. Nope. Oh, Filipinos. Oh, and there's a Canadian guy at the till. Yeah. Like I just won a Super Bowl or something. To walk in there and get good service and yeah. So Real Life Finance says, I'm tired. I'm super tired, bro. I will call in soon. Been working hard labor. I understand. Mike, are the liquor stores money laundering or government subsidized? The liquor stores I deal with are private owned, family owned, private Canadian hire liquor stores. You walk in, there's Canadian people there. There's working there, and they all speak English. But there are some government regulated liquor stores, and you walk in and then no one speaks English and whatever. I don't really So Yeah, I don't even eat fast food anymore. Yeah, me too. I've cut back once. I've cut back 3-4 years now. I just kind of do my own thing at home, make what I can at home. My wife is the best. My wife and my mom. My mom's Portuguese. She makes Portuguese feijoada, pastéis, bacalhau. I eat good, man. I eat good Portuguese food. And then I have my wife that makes pansec and Filipino rolls, and she made some corned beef hash today. And yeah, I'm good, man. Like, you know. Yeah, we got Jefe Salcedo in the house. All right, we need another caller. Let's go, guys. Come on. We got to fill the time here. What we got here? We got an hour and 20 minutes left in the show. We need more callers here on Mike of the Night. Come on. This is episode 651. The temporary is becoming permanent. If you want to call in, because a lot of people email me a lot about these data centers. And if you guys want to call in talking about a data center in your area that you didn't vote for or didn't ask for or whatever, here's the headline right here. Missouri town erupts. Voters annihilate every council member who sold out to a AI center. So you're getting these picking up around your house or whatnot. Do you want to talk about the challenges of finding a job nowadays? Yeah. So if somebody wants to call in, we need Rick Silver to call in. We need James Cameron to call in. We need lots of people here in the chat, man, to call in. Man, we need you guys, man. I can't do this alone, man. Need you guys. Yeah. Someone's asking, Mike, what are those Portuguese sandwiches that are covered in cheese? I gotta think about that. God, Portuguese sandwich covered in cheese. Interesting. I don't remember sandwich covered in cheese. The only bread I like with cheese is bruschetta, Italian bruschetta. Oh man, let me look it up for you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, right here. This is the only cheese on bread I like here, bruschetta. Cheese on bread right here. Oh man. I don't know why it's not opening the page, but that's okay. A little bit of cheese on there. A little bit of good extra virgin olive oil. Really good, some really good bread. The substance got to be strong like this, right? Right, that's the only cheese on bread I would eat, right? Francesisha? I don't even know that, man. I'm a Portuguese and I've never heard. Let's look this up right now. Maybe it's something else. No, that's from Germany. Oh, Portuguese. Portuguese. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, yeah, but that's not. That's different. I was thinking of like feta cheese and Francenisha. I think I had this when I was in Porto. Yeah, the sandwich covered in cheese. Yeah, you know what? I had this already. But the fries were different. The fries were cut like potato chips. But I've had this. I think I ate it when I was in Porto in a soccer stadium, actually. Yeah, I've had this before. Yeah. I've had this before, actually. But it's usually covered in egg more. But anyways, whatever. Yeah, the Nova Era down the street from me has amazing sliced beef sandwiches. Yep, that's Portuguese restaurant, Nova Era. Nova Era, growing up in Toronto, I used to go there all the time. Yeah. RC Lamoureux saying, last time I ate A&W, it was terrible. No more fast food burgers for me. Yeah, Steve needs to call into the show. Steve, you need to call in. He's saying the winter is modified. Yeah, there's all kinds of shit going on. Call into the show, buddy. Yes, invader salaries are subsidizing your tax dollars. Have you seen re-immigration Portugal? They surprised the Punjabs. Yeah, Portugal's going through a huge reform. A huge reform. They're removing, they're mass deporting, they're making it unpleasant for people that are not Portuguese. Portugal's not in need of immigration. Portugal doesn't need immigrants. Portugal's already built. I made the video for you guys when I was in Portugal. I made that video. Fuck, here, let me promote my ass here. Here, guys, if you want to support me, you know what? Just tune in to, just go watch some of my videos. Here. Let's go to the channel. There's Mike and the Knights over here. My shorts over here. Let's go to Portugal, right? Buying food in Portugal, price, cost of food. Look, everything. Portugal, streets, downtown areas. Philippine adventures. Who wants to move to the Philippines? Right, if you guys want to watch that. Philippine adventures. And then we have Filipino $7,000 house we built in the Philippines. Here it is. Right? And our conspiracy videos are right here. Right? And past live streams and videos or whatever. Then you go to the playlists here. We got playlists to watch. We got all kinds of stuff to watch here, guys. So if you guys want to support the channel, just go watch some of our videos. Go see what I have to say about the Philippines. Go see what I have to say. Here's a walk from my beach, home to my beach. From the house I built. So it's a 2-minute walk, but I took my time showing you guys what the beach is. All these little like areas where a lot of fishermen live in this village here, down the street from me. There's a lot of a guy saying hi to me there. Right? Little convenience store there. This is the walk from my house to, it's 2-minute walk, but I took my time. Talking to you guys at the beginning of the video. But there it is. Under 3 minutes. And that's what it looks like, folks. I'll even do a video review of this beach resort if you guys ever pass through this area. You can come check it out. So you got a lot of debris on the beach from the surges and stuff being washed up. But here we are. I just literally just sit here. There's Wi-Fi over there. You put in 25 pesos or 20 pesos. You get Wi-Fi for like 5 hours. And I just kind of sit here and just kind of veg. Kids come all day, most of the day. They're here and they're back on their way to the home. So I did want to share this with you guys to show you guys. Here we are. I could even touch water if you guys want. I could even touch water. You got a suitcase wash up ashore. A lot of coconut and debris here. Lots of debris, but it's not junk. It's just stuff that's being washed up on the beach. Because right now it's low season, or it's low season right now, so there's not a lot of tourism here. So just thought I'd show you guys. Here it is, folks. Walk to the beach. So we got other videos here. We got running water in our home. I put a whole documentary for the house. And we're getting water put in. We're getting all the piping put in. If you guys want to watch those series. Toilet, sink, everything. Nice. There's our water pump. Nice. And set up. And a shower and a tap over there. So we're set. We are set. Now, next trip when I come back is we're going to lay the ceramic, all the tiling for the next. Yeah, so guys, next year I'm going to go back there and do some work on the house and update it for you guys. And when I'm old enough, or when my kids are old enough, it's time for me Just to make it out there. Make it out there. All right, who else is here? Who else wants to call in tonight to Mike of the Night? The Great Restructuring. The world you knew is gone. Tonight on Mike of the Night. I think it's $1.90 here. My gas is almost $2. I think I passed $2. I think my gas passed $2. I think it was at $2.01 a liter, $2.02 a liter. Then it went back down to $1.94. I don't know, but gas in my yeah, $2.09 for diesel. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's get another call. Ooh, hold on. Aussie Cheems. We need our Australian counterpart to come on and update us what the hell's happening down there too. Because usually happens in Australia, then it starts moving towards other regions and right? All right. Let's see if we can get this caller on here from Australia. Aussie Cheems, it's been a while since we've had him on. Let's see if we can get him on here.
Straight out of Mirror, crazy podcaster. Named Mike Martin from the show called Mike in the Night. 3 in the morning and the city still breathing. Truth on a mic while the whole world's sleeping. News ain't real, man, the script's been written. Mic on the air and the signal ain't hidden. From the coastlines out to the prairie towns. People tuning in when the sun goes down. No suits, no script, just a mic in a fight. When the clock hits 3, it's Mike in the Night. They try to mute it, try to shut it tight, but the truth keeps running through the wires at night. Street level talk, no polished promotion, just the raw voice of the Commonwealth spoken. Mike in the Night, hear the broadcast roar, truth on the line like never before. 3 a.m. and the system's in sight, voice of the Commonwealth. Mike in the Night, Mike in the Night, cutting through the smoke, no safe lies, every word gets spoke. From the streets to the satellite height, voice of the Commonwealth, Mike in the Night. Government papers and midnight deals, backroom whispers, spinning the wheels, but the people still watching, they reading between every headline flashing on a glowing screen. Radio waves cutting straight through the lies, late night signal, opening eyes, no filters here. When the words ignite, it's the underground hour, Mike in the Night. Truth move fast when the silence breaks. One microphone and the whole world shakes. They can try to spin it, but the people know when that midnight broadcast starts to flow.
Aussie Cheems is not picking up his phone. Aussie Cheems is not picking up his phone. Someone's saying if I knew the number, I would call in. Just call in through Instagram. Add me on Instagram. Message me. I'll call you on Instagram. See who we have here. Aussie Cheems is not picking up his phone, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully he hears this and calls me back right away. Here he is. He's calling back. Yo. You there?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
Perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, oh, we could hear you. We could hear you perfectly. This is Aussie Cheems, guys. Longtime listener of Mike in the Night from Australia down under. And he's got something for us. He wouldn't be calling if he doesn't, but he's got something. Go ahead, buddy. What do you got for us?
Well, the first thing which I've got for you is that I'm not working today, so I'm actually able to call in and I guess replace for Tommy, as I heard you wanted him on the show earlier.
Yeah, I needed Tommy's perspective because he sends me so much information through the week. And it's just so much information that he sends me, and I'd like him to come on the show and sum it up, and so to say.
Yeah, he's a very well-rounded and knowledgeable gentleman.
Yeah.
I was wondering, has he sent anything about the recent Australian budget to you? Because there are some big tax changes.
I don't think he has, but can you please tell us? Because I think Heisa says was in the comments earlier and said something about that. What you just said there, he actually said that in the comments earlier in the show. Something about that.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, no.
So go ahead and tell us.
My pleasure. All right. The first thing is that we've had a incumbent Labor Party, which is the Fabian Society, been in government, in federal government for the last 5 years. And well, not that I have any faith in the Liberal Party. They're kind of like that pivot kind of character over in Canada, but they're like kind of like controlled opposition, and they don't really push back on anything any of the damage the Labor Party causes when they're in power. So the budget, the deficit of Australia has gone up to $1 trillion.
Okay.
Which I think it was about $500 billion before COVID. And as you know, we've also got this other problem with extreme cost of housing, just like Canada.
Yeah, it's the same thing like Canada. Canada is completely destroyed. You guys are just like us. The Chinese came in from I think it was you guys were a little bit later, 2012, 2013, because Canada, New Zealand, Australia, and the UK were trying to bring the Chinese, bring the Chinese over. Well, if you're in Canada, you can buy this. We won't tax you so much. I remember even covering in your country, Australia, how foreigners were getting a bonus for buying in Australia, right? So they were sweetening the deal for the Chinese dirty money to come in. And Australia got, I think, $1.7 to $1.9 trillion in dirty money. And that's destroyed your housing market, completely destroyed your affordability, right?
Yeah, exactly. You look at anything else around the world which isn't a Commonwealth country, and what you get in accommodation is at 20% of the price.
20, yes. And you saw the housing I was bringing up earlier in the show, right? And these mini mansions for $100,000. So it's like,
Beachside condo in Scarborough, which is my area, would be probably 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, would probably be $2 million. Condo at Bondi Beach, which is in New South Wales, that would be $4 million.
Right. I can show you the same condo in Miami Beach for $160,000. The same one. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, we're getting destroyed. You guys are getting destroyed in Australia so bad. And I've been warning that bell for Australia. Nobody, who cares? Nobody cares. But we're making money. Our house is worth money. You're just jealous. I'm like, no, because your kids and grandkids are going to suffer.
Yeah, you're not a genius for being in a house or having a housing portfolio at the same time. The government has basically inflated it. How have they done that? They've let the immigrants flow, and the immigrants with the money come in and just prop up the housing market, making life so much harder for everyone else with the cost of living, and especially this compounds onto the younger generation, their kids and their grandkids, as they're not able to get ahead at all, and they're not even able to save for a deposit.
You guys in Australia did the same thing we did in Canada, where we brought in 4 or 5 million people from India to come and try and fix the housing market, and that turned into a disaster down there too, right?
Yeah, it is, and it's a disaster over here as well. You go to any shopping center which is outside of the wealthy area, and it's just overrun by other ethnicities who I don't think most of them have on welfare of some kind, while the Australian proper are spending all their time grinding away in the offices, trying to make ends meet, or if they're a little bit more successful, trying to get ahead by getting a house deposit or paying off their mortgage. And we we don't have kids, and the people who come in on either welfare or have come in from like big money from China or India, they're able to at least prosper because they've got like the big bank accounts backing them up. And India and China, from at least I've never been to India. I've been to China a couple of times. It's like the extreme haves and the extreme have-nots. So for every one rich Indian person who's able to like migrate over with enough money as well to pay the Australian government, there's 100 other poor Indian people who would never who'd just be able to get by in India. And instead of building up their own country, these people just seem to hop to our country, which is already pre-built.
Yeah, this is what I've been complaining about all these years, is that people come. So if the Chinese or the Indians or the Muslims came first to build Australia, you wouldn't have a country today. They're not builders. They're not empire builders. You know what I'm saying? So they use us to build the West, and then after it's built, and then use it. And then state that we are the problem with the country. I'm like, wait, how are we the problem? We built the damn thing. So
yeah, exactly. That we've had our out-group preference in-group preference deprogrammed from us, and then like we're all welcoming in here, but the people who we welcome in have an in-group preference, and it's just not fair.
Yeah.
So they will never. I don't think they'll ever. Well, most of them won't call out bad behaviour in their community. They'll circle the lines, circle the wagons, and defend it. While we call out bad behaviour in our community, and we're not cohesive because of that.
Yeah. So someone just sent me a little image saying, Mike, you were right. A few months back, you said that the Canadian and made euthanasia program is funded by foreign entities. So there's the Canadian made euthanasia program for assisted suicide to kill Canadians. The front guy, the front liner, or the front person is a Chinaman. It's not even a Canadian. So yeah, we're Aussie, we're in a lot of trouble, man. We're in big trouble, man. We're in big trouble. Like we're seriously in big trouble, brother.
Yeah. That's basically that ad is basically saying that we're funding to get rid of you, because if stuff is too hard or you hurt too much because of some you haven't received the correct medical treatment, or you've become a drug addict, please go this way, and we'll take the pain away. Yeah. And after they take the pain away, you've basically been displaced. One of you goes out of the system, one of them comes in to fills it. Yeah. And they do it under the guise of kindness, apparently.
Well, they can't sustain themselves. Really, the system won't sustain itself. It'll just fall apart, right? And we're gonna see, buddy. We're in such bad shape, man. Oh boy, these governments.
I know.
The government's bringing people to displace us purposefully, and the people coming in are being sold a dream, just destroying us. We're getting completely wiped out. Completely wiped out, brother.
Yeah, I know. I look at my friends who I went to university with. There's about 20 of them who I'd call close friends, and out of that, there were probably about 13 partners. We married ourselves, kind of, who have come out of that like friendship group. And only 3 out of those 13 partners have kids. We're not doing good, and as well,
that's not good.
We're not doing.
And the governments are purposefully doing this so we will repopulate, because the cost of living is just too damn high. So we can't feed them, and we have a level of class and morals and stuff that we don't ask for handouts. We do it on our own, and we make our way, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So, and because we don't, like, our society at the moment, like, there's the people who are productive. The people who are productive, they are probably friends with other people who are productive, and they don't want to ask for handouts, and they don't know to ask for handouts. So even though stuff has become really, really tough now, we don't know how to ask for handouts. Or it's like the frog isn't. It hasn't got so bad that the frog has basically dumped its pride and jumped out of the pot and started to ask for handouts. I think the first time you do ask for handouts, it's going to be a very slow process receiving it. But if you someone does that, then and they spread the word and spread the know-how on how to expedite it to their friends would be able to get their handouts faster if they wanted to.
Let me ask: have you been called a racist yet? Because everyone calls me a racist now. It's like, I'm like, whatever, call me whatever the hell you want to call me, man. A lot of people calling into the show, same thing. It's like, yeah, I'm a racist. So what? What are you gonna do, right? It's like, that's where it's gotten to. They've gotten us to hate each other so much that even calling someone a racist means absolutely nothing now.
Yep, I've been called a racist within my friends, but I took that as a sign of pride.
Yeah. Good. Good.
Like the friends are actually very left wing, so they've fallen down the whole trap of the planet is dying, carbon credit, climate change,
Al Gore,
so we're not
global
going to have
warming.
kids. Yeah. So they've called me racist. I've forgiven them about that, but I'm a bit of a scaredy cat at work, so I don't really talk about this stuff unless it's with other people who
like-minded.
Like-minded people at work, and it's still very like hush hush as well.
Yeah, no, I'm hearing you. It's good.
But
yeah,
I obviously don't want to be fired, and there's very strict policies against that. But yeah, I've been called racist in either online discourse or by my friends face to face, which I'm comfortable enough to talk to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They've displaced us with migration.
Yes. Yeah. And there was this other thing which happened about a year ago, was mentioned about a year ago. It kicked off in October in Australia. It is the Labor Party, again, 5% home loan guarantee. So how stuff works in Australia, if you want to buy the house, is that you generally need about 10% deposit. But if you have 10%, you need to take out lender's mortgage insurance.
Here in Canada, it's called HSMC or HMC, whatever it's called in Canada. We have the same thing here in Canada too, and it's a complete ripoff too. And where you guys are at, 10% is like it's like $200,000, dude. It's like $200,000 down. You could buy a whole house in Texas for $200,000. Shit.
Exactly. If you were like looking for something in Brisbane, something like in the outer suburbs but decent in Melbourne, Sydney, and perhaps Perth, that's what $2 million would buy you.
Man, you're so screwed.
4x2, maybe on a 600 to 700 square meters. It's not good. So anyway, you can get away with a 20% deposit, so we're up to $400,000 now for to get a house deposit without a HSCM or the insurance.
HSC, whatever that is. I know what it's called. Yeah.
Yep.
CHMC.
So the geniuses at the Labor Party, they have introduced in October last year the 5% house deposit guarantee. So this is what happens. The Australian, for houses under generally, and it varies state by state, under $1 million, you only need to come in with 5% deposit. The government covers the 15% of the rest of the deposit until so you don't have to pay the insurance. So that has indebted like our generation even further, because they're running in with their now $100,000 deposit to buy $2 million homes with this
$2 million teardown
scheme.
too. They're not
Yeah.
even homes, man.
Yeah.
They're you still got to put $200,000-$300,000 in work in them too. They're garbage. No offense, I'm not saying your homes are garbage. I'm just saying, fuck, man, you're getting so fucking screwed, man, in Australia.
Yeah, the new homes are garbage. I've just seen so many, like the level of the level of people, the level of, I guess, motivation that the people who call themselves tradies have on this country is quite low. There's no like will to do excellence on average. So most of the new homes here are built really, really shoddily. There's cracks in the wall. Over here in Perth, we're built on a sandbank, and that just generally displaces over time, has problems settling over time, and there's many, many like building faults which come out from that.
That's like when we covered the Opal Towers back in 2017 or 2016, the Opal Towers in Sydney. The old, what do you call it, Olympic Village. And that thing was built like crap. And then again, I think right now these builders, they're not even, I don't even think they're European builders anymore in Australia. I think there must be like Chinese contract companies now that come in. I don't think you have like European, do you have European builders there anymore like they used to? Or has it become contracted to Chinese or Indians or something else that goes in there and builds? Do you know?
I think there's the good one, like the good builders, they're still Western or European, but there are more and more of these property groups putting up condos which are done by the Chinese backing.
Okay, yeah. In Toronto was doing the Chinese backing there too, and those condos are falling apart. I got a guy on the show. Hopefully I can get him on the show. I don't know where he is. But I could get him on the show, and he's saying that a lot of these condos are just shoddy. They're just junk, and they're all Chinese backing, and they're all empty. They're all empty. Everything's empty. There's nobody living inside.
Yeah. So they brought their Chinese construction techniques and level of attention to detail over from China to land over here in Australia and over there in Canada, it seems.
Yep. So... And I think New Zealand too.
Yep.
Yeah, New Zealand's getting
definitely.
hammered.
I think, yeah, New Zealand is actually, the house prices has gone down, as I think they've fixed something with the immigration.
They're still they're still like 200-300% overvalued. Yeah. It needs to come down huge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree.
Like they need to come down huge before anything, right? Before anyone makes a move there. And somebody emailed me a week or so ago saying, "Hey, Mike, properties in Welland, New Zealand, was it Welland? I can't remember where it was. Auckland, or was it Auckland? They were
Wellington, it seems.
Yeah, they were telling me that prices have gone down already 30%. Is it a good time to buy?" I say, "Nope, no way. You don't buy nothing yet. I'll advise you when to buy down there. I'll let you know when it's a good time to buy, right?"
Yep.
So
just let it fall. We've got a huge, I think there's a huge financial storm coming as well. It's just death by 1,000 cuts. It'll probably start in like New Zealand, may go to Canada, and then finally come to Australia. We've got the whole like supply problem still. So immigration isn't solved in Australia.
No, because they try to bring in 5 million Hindus to buy that property that the Canadian Australian proper isn't buying, like they're doing in Canada, and then now it's backfiring.
Yep, exactly. I think we've still got 3,300 new immigrants net immigration per day. So those are people coming in minus people going out of the country.
Holy shit.
In Australia, the budget paper has put that up to 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
So 3,300. That is about 1 million people per year if you multiply by the 365 days.
Wow.
And Australia has got the second highest house build rate per capita per person in the world. So in the developed world.
That's
So
crazy, dude.
it's not we're building them as fast as possible, but they're still flooding us. They're still flooding us as well.
They're
And
trying
as long as the Labor Party stays in, it will continue that way.
Isn't there some sort of grassroots anti-immigration party in Australia that really just wants to bring Australia back for its people, not this bullshit? Is there anything grassroots there that is for Australian people that the left would consider a racist party in Australia? Is there anything?
Oh yes, there is. There is Pauline Hanson's One Nation Party. So
Okay.
she's a lot more extreme than the Liberal Party, which has been the Conservative Party. But just from looking around the Telegram channels and other like pieces of the net, you find out that she's like quite compromised in regards to bowing to the Middle Eastern country.
Oh, okay.
As well. So it's not grassroots, it's been funded.
There's got to be
and
something
I think
grassroots in that country.
Yeah.
There's
It's been
got to be
funded
something
as
there.
there are like all minor parties and there was after I finish talking about the budget, I'll talk to you about the other financial troubles. We've got a High Court challenge, which is kind of like the Supreme Court challenge in the USA in regards to a foundation of a pro-white political party.
Okay.
And then there's a whole heap of other parties, such as the Citizens Party and the Great Australian Party, there was another guy called Gerald Rennick, who came from Queensland, who was booted out of the Liberal Party over not towing the line on the vaccines. He founded a party called, I think it was Family First, and he was defeated by, his place in the Australian Senate was taken by One Nation in the last election. So he is licking his wounds at the moment, and I think he's going to make a big comeback maybe a year or so before the next Australian election. So I think he's taken the time. I hear word that he hasn't like waltzed off into the sunset. He's taking time to get like policy correct, to have a correct vision for the country. So instead of just shooting from the hip, which I think One Nation has been doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So One Nation legitimately run their first lower house seat, which is a lot harder to do than getting representation in the Australian Federal Senate in a by-election this year, and they took it off a Liberal Party person. So in reality, next election, I don't think One Nation or the Grassroots Party can win at this point in time. If you look at the betting odds, it's still got like 70% chance that the Labor Party wins. So the Liberal Party, which is a traditional Conservative party, they have been, I think they've had their number called, and they will be replaced by the Orange Party or the Pauline Hanson's One Nation Party, as like they've also got Middle Eastern backing, financial backing for them to succeed.
Yeah, see, the thing is here in Canada, a lot of the parties are tainted by Chinese spies. And
Yep.
I've taken a lot of Chinese dough here, and it's so crazy, man. It's like, we're finished, you know? Like, I know I keep saying the same thing over and over and over and over, but I don't see a way out of this anymore. I mean, yeah. I mean, we could audit, like I said at the beginning of the show, audit everything, start putting people in jail, start deporting people, start cleaning up the country. But I don't see them doing anything to fix this, to fix any of this problems we're having here.
No, it's getting worse. Us Western people, we are frogs in the pot. The pot is boiling. We know that the pot is boiling. I guess it's cold outside. It's uncomfortable jumping out of the pot, but we have monitored the situation, and I know you go way back. I actually started listening to you, I think, in 2000, and I found your channel in 2019 and had been a big time lurker. So
Thank you.
And I think that was like episode 300 or something. So there was a lot of things, episodes in the early days, maybe in 2015, 2017, where I hadn't been able to listen in, but you'd have been able to monitor and see how things have definitely changed for the worse.
And I don't know. I just can't see ourselves getting out of this one. I can't see it.
Yeah. You've taken, I can't, to be honest, I can't see, I can't see it either. I mean, like, long term, we need to, I think the plane is going to crash into the field. It's going to nosedive into the farming field, and I think that's going to be the rest of Western civilization as well, and maybe throw the USA into there if the Democrats take back power, which they are looking to.
And they're going to reopen. They're going to reopen the borders, and they're going to destroy the country.
Yeah. Probably the one good thing which Trump has done, which is the border control.
Yeah, that's one of the good things.
It's going to be absolutely undermined, and like I'm really happy for you that you've at least got a exit plan at the moment, as you can go back to the Philippines. The Philippines, Catholic country, and it's got also, like, I guess, Asians, the Asian demographic. They do take care of their family more so than the Western demographic as well. Correct me if I'm
well, no,
I've
you
never
can't
been
say,
to the
it's not fair
Philippines.
to say Asia, because Asia goes from Israel all the way to Japan, all the way down to Sri Lanka or whatever, or India, all the way up to Russia.
Yeah.
Asia is too big. It's no Filipinos.
Yep, okay.
Filipinos are the best. Period.
Yep.
So narrow it down. Filipinos. That's it. Because Asia is half the world. So
it's huge. Yep.
Yeah. So
true. Okay. Maybe I'd say Southeast Asia and East Asia.
Yeah. Well, depending. Yeah, I guess how you prospectively see it, because you are in Australia, right? So.
Yep.
But
that's right.
Yeah. We're. I don't know, man. I don't know. They just don't care. I think the people are still in that comfort mode right now, today, in that strong comfort mode. And I don't think they're in no rush to see changes yet, right?
No, they aren't. I think there's a lot of frustration, and like talking with the people here, the people who are awake, they want to fix the country. They don't. They haven't conceptualized that it might be unfixable at the moment. That's the vast majority of awake people, which I talk to. But like, I think I'm a long-term thinker. When I play a video game, I always try and do the short-term pain, kind of long-term gain, build up my economy, etc., before making a big all-out attack on my enemy, instead of like trying to put them under pressure with a couple of units. Yeah, skirmishes, which I can pump out really early. Anyway, just if I predict my like my future in Australia, it's like, all right, James, you've worked 15 years as an engineer. Can buy my own house because I've had good exposure to, say, cryptocurrencies, and I've also got precious metals as well. But the big thing is that I want to be in a place which values me and values my children. And
That's
my
right.
children, if I have children here, aren't going to be valued. They're going to have to work doubly as hard as I would. Their preferences they probably won't, like because of skin color, they probably won't be given like preferences or anything into some of the easier jobs, and they'll be either renters for life, and there's just like no future here.
Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just.
Yeah. So it's good that you've got a house in the
Philippines
to go to. Yeah, and I'm actually thinking about a like I'll stay in Australia for a fair while longer, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking about some citizenship by investment visa or something else to just bow the place so that I've got a plan B.
Yeah, you need a plan. Everyone needs a plan
well.
B, especially if you're Caucasian and you're living in a Western country. You need a plan B. You need a plan B. It's
Yep.
mandatory. And there's so many Canadian people I speak to that are telling me the same thing. Oh, Mike, I'm 6, 7 generation here in Canada. My family came here and towed the line and built and expanded and bought and farmed and worked their hands off to build this country. Where do I go now? It's like, I know. See, this is the problem. This is the problem we're facing now. Is
Exactly.
the people that have been here for 3, 4 generations. Where do they go, right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah, there's the line which comes to mind. It's not the most strongest or the most smartest who win at the end. It's the most adaptable.
Yeah.
So, and I think this is moving to another country which would at least appreciate me better, would put me in the adaptable category as well. And recently broken up with my girlfriend over here, so there's not really all that much which is tying me to Australia as much, well, besides my family.
Get out.
So,
Get out while you can.
and
If you have
friends.
some savings, some precious metal, a little bit here, a little bit there, you'll find a way to strive, and you'll find a way to exist. You'll find a way to live. You're not going to give up. You'll find a way.
No.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. And you know what? I want to be, it's like making use of the situation God gives you in life. So now it's like, okay, I've got substantial resources. It's probably not enough to like land me citizenship or a residency, permanent residency in like Mauritius or some like Dubai tax haven type of place. But there'd be other places around the world which would do that for much cheaper, and I could form perhaps a beachhead here for to other people to say, hey, I've been able to do this visa, come over here, buy some real estate, live in the country. This country won't discriminate against you, or they won't. They probably won't give you any special privileges, like you see minorities having privileges here in the Western society, but at least you're left to be left by yourself. The government doesn't overtax you too much, and you don't have to do. You do give the governments their due, and they leave you alone. The government's not going to come after you with like mandates or anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my place. I am looking at potentially Botswana because it's on this. They've got a citizenship by investment visa, and coming online apparently later this year. I think for $90,000 US. That's where I am looking at. There's also another country called, or an island country called Sao Tomé, which is off the west, in the Guinea Gulf on the west side of Africa, which also has a visa for citizenship by investment
where
visa
is
for that much.
Botswana? I'm looking at Botswana right now. I'm finding it here.
It's just north of South Africa.
Okay. I think I know where this is.
So the place isn't. Yep. So what's happened is give or take, this might be a trap I'm falling into. The government did very well with the De Beers company, which is diamonds. People are either not getting married, so that's a problem for De Beers, and the wiser people, I think, are I've found cottoned on to the fact that diamonds aren't all that scarce. So diamonds are out as like the stone to go in the engagement ring. So De Beers have not done very well. So Botswana is looking to, I guess, plug the hole in their budget left by business with De Beers.
Well, it looks like Portuguese is spoken there too, because it's right on the border of Angola here, Portuguese Africa, and I think you somewhat border Mozambique too, Portuguese Africa here too. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting choice of a country, Botswana.
Yeah. I think so. I'm an engineer by trade, which means that I'm terrible by languages. So I was looking at like Angola and other places because you had mentioned it on your show.
It was good when the
earlier
Portuguese
as
were
well.
there. Angola was a gem when the Portuguese were there. In the 1970s, they left because the IMF went in there and basically it started a 40-front war. Right?
Yep.
But Botswana. Wow, that's a new one on my list. I'm going to look that one up too and do some research through the week while I'm at the store and see what they say about that country.
Yeah, please do. I think it's run like pretty well. There's been a ruling party over there, but it's a Christian country. It's, for better or for worse, it used to be a colony of the British Empire. So the people running that country have purposely not engaged in like tribal warfare, and they've built it up using the best of the British government systems. And I think if you like buy the visa, you get like free healthcare over there. You get like all the perks. And looking at the property prices, I think like a 700 square meter property, that you'd be looking at maybe 150 US grand. The only thing is the land isn't very fertile, which might make it liable to starvation as I don't know how much farming which they do, which is another huge issue which is coming up thanks to Trump and the current Iran conflict. And I guess they've also got like 600 millimeters of rain, which I think's good enough. That's the amount of rainfall which we get in Perth, but I don't know with like African infrastructure if they have any way to like store their water for the opposite of a rainy day.
Okay. But yeah, all right. I'm going to look into that over the week, but I'll let you know what I find. I don't even think we have any ties. I don't even think we know anyone friendly to Mike in the Night from that country. I know people friendly to Mike in the Night from Angola and Mozambique and Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde. Hey, you know what? You want a country to look at?
The ball guy. I remember you had the ball guy from South Africa call in about 3 weeks ago. That was a really, really good call. I sent that to like the rest of my friends.
Okay. Yeah, it was a good caller. Ben. Yep. Ben. It was our boy Ben there. Yeah. I'll get him on in about a week or so to update us on what's going on down there too, right? So I'll get him on to update us for sure on what's happening down there. All right. Any
would be
final
good.
words? Any parting words?
Oh, sorry. Can I just go back to the budget where we started?
Go
we never,
ahead.
Okay. I'll try and speed run this stuff. Anyway, not the budget. Going back to the 5% deposit scheme. Basically, the Chinese, since that scheme has been launched in October, there have been 50,000 Chinese people taking advantage of that scheme by the Labor Party.
Really? 50,000 Chinese?
Yeah, 50,000 Chinese.
Holy shit.
To buy home properties here in Australia. So not only was it was advertised like, oh, this is for the sons and daughters of the Australian battlers, but no, it's opened up overseas, and any person of any citizenship can take advantage of it as long as they can buy property here in Australia. Now, there was one more thing. I had recently taken a trip over to Melbourne for a wedding, and I was like walking around downtown Melbourne and in the Melbourne CBD, and you see these like property places, like real estate agencies, and advertising condominiums, and guess what? With the like printouts of each of the properties in their windows, there was no English. It was all in Chinese characters.
It was all Chinese. I know that was happening. So all the at the real estate agent, all in Australia. This is not the first time this is being told to me. This is told to me a few years back, where all the characters were Chinese on the real estate for sale in Australia. Advertised only in Chinese, no English. Now hold on. This happened back in Vancouver, where, okay, you know when they have a condo tower made of plastic, and you're an engineer, you know what I'm talking about. There's a proof condo,
shit
like
materials.
You get to see what it looks like, before it's built.
Oh, those ones. Yes.
Okay,
I know.
so
the scale model.
The scan models. Okay, so those were in China. If you wanted to buy a condo in Vancouver, you would have to fly to China to look at the condo and buy it there to live in Vancouver, Canada. Yeah,
Oh.
You can't make this up. And now 2026, we're in 2026 now, May, in Australia, they're still doing this Chinese thing. And they're doing 50,000, what was it? 50,000 units for Chinese in Australia. Like, this stuff is crazy, man. Like, why are they taking away the Western culture? Why?
It's population replacement. I think it's because the Western culture is the one which values liberty and freedom a lot more than the other cultures on average. So they've got to get rid of us. Because we valued liberty and freedom, we were prepared to work hard. So we were the first cultures to go.
Well, you have to go there and build. The Europeans had to go there and build Australia. It wasn't going to be built by the Chinese and the Indians weren't going to build anything there, or the Arabs. They were going to build nothing. So you need it built first.
We were willing to escape maybe the more governed places in Europe earlier on, before the Chinese did. So we went out there, we colonized the rest of the world. We started to build up the infrastructure over there, and that you can only do that with willing people, and the people who are willing to go there because they're willing to escape an overgoverned system to take a chance on what could be, and that they were willing to put their hard labor into what could be, into what is or what was now. And because of that, it's like the scum, which as civilizations grow or societies grow, the scum which overgoverned the European places, they start arising in all of these new colonies, and they've gained in so much power, and they're blatantly able to control money supply that they're now starting to kick us, try to make life very hard for those people who are just based on skin color. So basically on race alone, to just kick us out of like what we've built, because they're the people who I don't think they can't build anything, but they can talk their way into good jobs, and they can deceive
Yeah, they
people
can talk
by
their way
talking, and
into a
they've got
bunch
a
of.
good verbal game.
You come to Canada,
And
you go
this-
you go to a bank, it's all Chinese people working there. You go outside the bank, it's Canadian people begging for money. It's like, what the hell is going on here? And the people working in the bank don't even speak English. It's like, I don't get it.
Yeah, well, they're there to speak to the new customers, the people who are speaking English. They don't want your business anymore.
Yeah.
It's not good. We've got to get out. We've got to once again go to what looks underappreciated at the time. I know you probably won't be able to, and this goes for the rest of the people listening. You won't be able to make as much money as you have here in the West, but at least your cost of living would be lower. Your security, that could be a coin flipped, but it's the opportunity of being able to build up something new without the constraints of this bureaucratic class, which is always looking over your shoulder at any chance that they get to penalize you and make your life harder.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the budget thing, so the Australian Federal Labor Party released its proposed budget a week ago, and they have made major changes to our tax system here. So
yes, I heard. Okay, what's going on?
So if you hold a house, or you hold shares, or you hold equities like gold and silver, if you hold it for less than a year, you get taxed at your marginal tax rate for all of the gain. Now, if you hold it for more than a year, you get taxed at your marginal tax rate on the gain, but that is reduced by half by something called the capital gains discount tax. So
they're making it seem like you're getting a deal for being ripped off.
Exactly. It's we should be questioning this as like the money which I invest in my share portfolio has already been taxed one time on the point where I earned it, and now why am I paying double tax of it, even if it's at half the rate? So Australia is broke because of COVID, and it's been don't get me wrong, we've been spent into a hole by both the Liberal Party, who held the prime ministership for the first part of COVID, and the Labor Party over here. And they've got like many money laundering things off to their friends here. One big issue is called the NDIS, National Disability Insurance Scheme, but I'll let someone else talk to you about that, who calls in next from Australia. Anyway, we're broke. The Labor Party said, okay, it's budget night. We are going to fix this problem with expensive housing in Australia. So we're going to fix how investments are taxed. So they've done the switcheroo. They haven't made buying existing houses, which seems to be the thing where like young mum and dads or to-be mum and dads have to go into massive amounts of debt to buy an existing property, which is
We're talking millions in debt.
Which is, millions, because they're competing against property investors like boomers.
Chinese money laundering.
Like Chinese money laundering and like old money families here who have made a lot on property. They've had the property price increase over the last 5 years. I think in Perth it's risen 100%.
Wolf.
The price of property from where I am at. Brisbane is kind of the same. Sydney is tapering off. And so the Labor Party has said that we're going to make taxation more favourable so people can get into housing. But they've done exactly the opposite. They've removed the capital gains tax discount. So now instead of paying 50% tax on the gain, I'm paying 100% tax on the gain. And that should have been applied to, if they were to do that, should have only applied to pre-existing properties. So like mum and dad will go, I I still really need to buy this because I want to have children, or I want to stop renting. People who are been investors, so property investors, where they can mortgage their existing properties and buy new properties, keeping the Ponzi scheme poked up. They should be, if Labor did a tax, adjusted their tax so that it made housing more affordable, they should have really been funneled into shares or other equities like gold and silver. But no, that's also had the capital gains tax discount removed from it. So instead of paying 50% on those the gains of those assets, you're now paying 100%.
We got a call. Tony is saying something in the comments, and still no revolt in Australia.
Yeah, they took our guns, and I think it's like still good enough for the. As long as you get to watch the footy on the weekend, have a beer, people won't do anything. We really need something where the government gets up into your face, and it was basically like, oh, you need to take a prick in the arm to keep your job. I think that was the closest which we've got to revolt. And
was during the mandating, when Rachel Madcow was mandating everyone to take a vaccine, and she didn't take a vaccine herself. That's kind of fucked up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The same thing happened with politicians. They took fake vaccines. The judiciary system here in Australia, they who were like overseeing trials for like unfair dismissals, they don't get vaccines either because the politicians aren't allowed to. There's some rule or something which stops politicians making laws which directly affects judges because there's like conflict of interest there. But it's just privileged classes in this society having privilege, I guess. So yeah, it's a very, very watered out system. I think like either the beer has to stop flowing or something like the government has to do things such as, oh, there's going to be a famine here and we're stockpiling food. So there's rationing in the foods in the shops.
Well, stop for a second.
Maybe
stop.
where there's...
Hold on. Stop. Rewind. There's going to be a famine in Australia?
Okay. I think, like, this is my worst fear. Well, this is the one thing which I really do care about, which is the famine, as that's been the largest killer of people in recorded histories. It hasn't been like diseases like the Black Plague. It hasn't been the wars like World War II.
Yeah, famines killed more than all of that. Okay, continue.
So we've got a huge... over here in South Australia, West Australia, we have a huge like mouse plague in our wheat fields, which is our grain growing areas.
Right now.
The government has, right now, yeah.
Okay.
There's rats and mice, and I think it's taken about 2 years, 2 months, 2 weeks of yelling, but the farmers have basically received approval from the government to use up more potent mouse baits.
Okay.
But they're eating everything. However, the main thing which I worry about is just supply and demand, and it's like in the Gulf state countries,
I know food is already expensive. I know food is expensive already in Australia. It's beyond expensive, okay?
Yeah.
But now you're forecasting there may be a famine on the horizon.
Yeah. Yes. I actually, if you were to say, teams put all your money on famine in 5 years, I think I would be hesitant. It could go into the path there. Food gets really a lot more expensive, and maybe another part of the world starves because Australia still has money to pay for food.
But it's just going to cost a lot more. And the people that are buying these $2 million teardowns in Australia are screwed.
Yeah. There was, with the Iran conflict, there have been like there's been like price gouging here of fuel.
Mm-hmm.
So the fuel providers, not that because the supply, it takes a long time for the fuel to get out of the Gulf, go to Japan or Singapore to get refined, and then come on a boat here in Australia. So we weren't forced with that much fuel shortages, but there's been fuel gouging here in March 2026, and so that's led to some farmers not putting their crop into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then the thing which I do fear is that the fertilizer production plants in the Middle East, they have been destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no boats coming out of the Middle East. That fertilizer is required in Australian fields right now,
Interesting.
and that would really decrease the yields of the food which has been able to be harvested in Australia
Interesting.
as well. And of course the normal weather problems as well. We don't have the most reliable rainfall over here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, give or take, the opportunistic government will take any shortage of food, and I'd actually be willing to bet 50-50 that would have a famine here over in the next 5 years.
Wow.
Actually, I'm sure of it, because it will be man-made. There'll be a shortage of food, no doubt, to kick it off. The government will then exacerbate it by stockpiling food, saying that, only we can manage this stuff, and it will be like, here, have your digital ID as well. You got to sign up.
That's right.
For this
Digital
stuff to
ID.
have food. Yeah,
You want to eat? We need your digital footprint, or digital palm.
exactly.
Digital face.
Yep, and that is you've got to be in the system where if we don't like you, we can instantly debank you and track you down, and all other violations of freedom, which no one should subject themselves to. But
Yeah.
they will play that card in the next 5 years, I think.
Wow.
So there'll be shortage of food. The government will start stockpiling food and says, hey, you've all got to get onto our digital records.
All right, Aussie Cheems, I got to wrap up the show. We're going into our third hour, but yeah, it's been a great hour talking to you here tonight on Mike of the Night, updating us on what's happening, and we covered quite a few topics here tonight with you, and basically seeing how Australia is set to fail.
Yep, it sure is, and that's what you get for putting for people willing to vote in said governments, willing to not take a hard stand against immigration and not examining government policy properly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a pleasure, Mike, and it's been too long.
No, we'll get you back on in a couple
try
of
and
weeks to update
call
us,
back
okay,
and-
buddy?
All right, brother.
God bless you.
You take it easy,
Take it easy. Bye.
and God bless you as well.
Okay. All right, guys, that's Aussie Cheems. Yeah, we're going into our third hour, folks. We've been here for a while, man. But it's been good. It's been good tackling these questions and yeah, guys, what time are we at? We're going into, we're definitely going into our third hour in 6 minutes. And yeah, we got lots of Australian guests that come on the show over the years. If you guys want to, I want to thank Tio. Tio bought me a coffee. Tio buys me a coffee every week on Mike of the Night. Thanks, Tio, for the coffee, buddy. And guys, if you want to support the transmission and help us out here, we don't get paid to be here. You guys know that already. I bring it up all the time. So if you want to buy me a coffee, there's the coffee right there. You want to buy Mike a coffee, buy Mike a coffee. And there's a link in the description. And that's our YouTube channel here, showing our bathroom that we built there in the Philippines in our $7,000 house. Don't forget to check out our channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're almost at 125,000 subscribers, folks. And I'm not bragging. It's been a long time. So it's been a long time. Holy smokes. Shadow ban, suspensions. MikeoftheNight.org takes you to episodes of Mike of the Night if you want to watch older episodes of Mike of the Night. And yes, we are on Facebook too. and you call in through Instagram. Everyone's been calling in tonight through Instagram. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, go ahead and do that and send me a message and tell me you want to come on the show. And TikTok, we're back on TikTok after, I don't know, 8 or 9 suspensions and, no, 4 terminations, right? So yeah, good to see that we're growing here. Nice. We're getting a lot of views on a lot of videos here, which is really nice. And if you want to buy something, there's a link in the description for a t-shirt or something from Mike in the Night if you like the show enough. And Dano, don't forget to vote for Dano, guys. Here's the link. Vote for Dano. It's free. 2 days and 22 hours left for Dano till the votes get tallied. Paste. Vote for Dano, guys. Please go vote for him right now. Dano's our boy here on Mike in the Night. Free vote. Go down here and vote for free. 1 vote free. There you go. And someone sent me a $5 super chat. May the Lord bring you and all the desires of your hearts. Amen. Amen. Thank you for the super chat. And yes, thank you for the beautiful greeting. Appreciate that. Yeah. Woo! Woo! So it looks like we're probably going to get Supreme Cannon on next week. I think he just messaged me. I just got his message. Sorry, I was into deep conversation with Ozzy Cheems there. But we'll get Supreme Cannon on next week to update us on what is going on too, geopolitically around the world, if that makes any sense. And give us an update on what's happening, where it's happening, and how it's happening. And yeah, I'm just checking my messages here. And we'll probably get No Way Jose on next week too, if he's available. And we'll probably get Ben. We'll probably get Ben back on the show there in South Africa to update us on what's happening with the white genocide in South Africa. And will the hantavirus be the next pandemic? No, Mr. Sammy. It's already cooked. It's done. It's game. The hantavirus is done, guys. I'm sorry. It's no longer with us anymore. It was a temporary thing to get everybody all riled up or worried or whatever. But that's COVID virus 2.0, right? Or what do we call it? Pandemic 2.0. Pandemic 2.0. Pandemic 1.0 was the when they pulled the trigger on a pandemic and forced everyone to shut down. We warned you guys. We told you guys that we're going to do it. And not only that, we told you they're going to force you on a vaccine. And the videos are up with timestamps if you want to watch them. And yeah, we've been very, very, very vocal about this problem of them maintaining control and taking control and wanting to take over your basic lifestyle. They want to tell you what to eat, what to drink, it's disgusting. Demanding what you got to do if you want to keep your job, right? We're no longer free, people. We're no longer free. We like to think we are free, but we are no longer free, people. Okay. Yes, says D-Man. We need to get D-Man back on the show. We need to get everyone that's in the thing. Everyone that's in the thing in the chat needs to call in sometime and just talk with us, update us. We had if you guys remember, our first caller, Abba Field, came on. Hasn't been on the show in a while, and it was good to hear from Abba Field. So if you're just joining us on the channel, go back to the beginning. Somebody's saying, yeah, someone's got a nuts story. Yeah, just give us, we want to hear what's going on, Angie. Give me a message. I'll get you on the show next week. And when we open lines, after we do a brief headlines. I know, Mike, I have to call in, brother. Yes, Rick Silver, you're very active on the chat. So we need you. We need you to tell us what's going on, right? Tell us what's going on in your neck of the woods, right? That's what Mike of the Night's about. It's about you. It's about what is happening in your what's going on in your life that's basically affecting the world, right? So let me get some send-off music here for us, guys, because it's time to go, guys. We're wrapping into our third hour. I gotta make sure my kids are good for school tomorrow. I got a family, guys. I got a family I gotta take care of, and Let me see if I can play some send-off music for you guys. What do I have here? What do I got here? Yeah, I want to play this one. Thanks, Rick Silver. Thanks, Boobies.
Transmission
Thanks, Smitty.
intercepted.
Thanks, Angie.
For 3 hours. Signal detected. Mike, in the night.
Woo!
It's 3 a.m. Screen still glows. Satellites watching below. Red lights blinking on every street. Truth buried 6 feet deep. Paper signed in quiet rooms. Deals made under crescent moons. Digital chains you never see. There's something in you wants to break free. They say it's safe. They say it's fine. But why's that camera watching mine? Clock hits free. The veil gets there. You feel the static on your skin. Baseline truth, all at your fires. No more silence, no more talking.
You're talking about all men.
Oh, yeah. Mike Martin's here, signing up for episode 651 of Mike of the Night. Take care, and if you can't take care, stay safe. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.
Knows your face, predicting every move you make. Borders blur, control expands. Digital cuffs on steady hands, but in the dark the people wake. Feel the system start to shake. Eyes up, wake up, speak up, stand up. They fear the ones who see